gosh, so you're fancy, huh?
Yeah, black community activist.
Ah,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
See her eyes shine, she's my snow bunny please. In the winter light, so she's my sweet dove of free. Talk to my nose, this love was God is so raw. Make you goose, stepping out of control.
It's me and you tonight.
Snow bunny,
Moving on the bar. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
no that's
Dance until the light. With my snow bunny love. Been party by the night.
see her eyes shine, she's my snow bunny please. In the winter light, so she's my sweet dove of free. Talk to my nose, this love was God is so raw. Make you goose, stepping out of control.
Bunny love. It's me and you tonight.
Snow bunny,
Moving on the bar. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
no that's
Dance until the light. With my snow bunny love. Been party by the night.
see her eyes shine, she's my snow bunny please. In the winter light, so she's my sweet dove of free. Talk to my nose, this love was God is so raw. Make you goose, stepping out of control.
Bunny love. It's me and you tonight.
Snow bunny,
Moving on the bar. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
no that's
Dance until the light. With my snow bunny love. Been party by the night.
see her eyes shine,
wants
she's my snow bunny
cookies.
please.
Crush.
In the winter light, so she's my sweet dove of free.
Crush.
Touch to my
Crush.
nose, this love was God is so raw. Make you goose, stepping out of control.
Bunny love. It's me and you tonight.
Snow bunny,
Moving on the bar. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
no that's
Dance until the light. With my snow bunny love. Been party by the night.
see her eyes shine, she's my snow bunny please. In the winter light, so she's my sweet dove of free. Talk to my nose, this love was God is so raw. Make you goose, stepping out of control.
Bunny love. It's me and you tonight.
Snow bunny,
Moving on the bar. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
no that's
Dance until the light. With my snow bunny love. Been party by the night.
All right. I have to admit, I miss y'all. I miss y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for tuning on, and thanks for being patient too. I wasn't planning on live streaming, but things have happened quickly, and I wanted to get to it today so that we don't get too far behind in all of this. The thing with Umar is that now 'tis the season, and I told people that this would happen. That ultimately, Umar we'll find Umar up there more and more, begging for money, and also told people that he's gonna start looking disheveled. And I want people to understand that there's three at any given point in this Umar Johnson saga. Umar is in three modes. Okay, the first mode is Umar, regular Umar. Okay, that's when he's kind of sort of functional. He's not ranting and raging. He's not acting a fool. He has some kind of composure. Okay, then there's Umar when he's high. Okay, that's Umar, and I can pull up a video where Umar, he goes down to the ground, he's laying on the ground. You guys remember that? Hit the one. And then there's Umar when the money runs dry and he doesn't have money. You get Umar who's fiending. When Umar fiends, that's when he goes up to these abandoned buildings to beg for money, not to open up a school. Let me hip y'all to the game. This has been going on for so many years now. It's amazing. It's been over 6 years of this. Again, he conceptualized FDMG in 2004. He claims that he started the process of building FDMG in 2005. He claimed that the school was going to open September 11, 2013. He posted on his Facebook page in 2010 that it was going to open September 11, 2013. He starts raising money for the St. Paul's College in 2014. He finally acquires these abandoned buildings in Wilmington, Delaware in 2019, and here we are in 2025. The grand opening is supposed to be this year. It's actually supposed to be in January of this year and in February of this year. But what happens, he sets these dates, and then when it doesn't happen, what does he do? He just ignores it. He doesn't he doesn't give any explanation whatsoever. Normally he doesn't give any explanation. Sometimes he says sabotage, but he doesn't say, okay, it was supposed to open last week or last month or 3 months ago, but this is why I didn't open. It goes on and on. And the reason why is because Umar's not interested in opening up a school. Someone contacted me who was trying to help Umar. I'm not going to say too much because I haven't asked him to if I can say all this, but that they had asked Umar if they could help Umar put together a budget, like a school budget, if you will. And Umar blocked them. And there's so many stories of people trying to reach out to Umar to give him legitimate help to move this project along, but Umar denies people over and over again. The reason why is because ultimately this is about money. It's not about opening up a school. This is about money. And see, Umar, if you go and look at his schedule right now, his speaking schedule, it's minimal. See, when it's only going to get worse. Okay, it's only going to get worse because his reputation precedes him. He's been at this scamming and scheming for such a long time. He's gotten more and more outrageous, more and more outlandish. He mainly talks about snow bunnies more than anything else. He's not talking about school to prison pipeline. He's not talking about helping. Now, he is going back. This is how you know Umar's really desperate for money. When he goes back and he starts doing these broke down black parent teleconferences where he's inside of his mama's closet, look like he just woke up because he just did. See, that's when you know Umar is really, he needs some money. And that's when he starts to look disheveled like he looked today when he's up there inside of these abandoned buildings begging for money. That's what we're going to get into today. And I told people this was going to happen. So there's 3 phases of Umar. And right now we're in the fiending phase of Umar. He doesn't need this money to open up a school. He needs this money so that he can ultimately live out his self-destructive lifestyle. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand what these Umar Johnson fathers when they're not going to figure this out. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. Okay? And I told people, and it happens every single time. I told people what's going to happen with Umar is when these speaking engagements dry up and it starts to warm up a little bit up there in Wilmington, Delaware, he'll be back up there begging for money because he needs the money. Okay, that's what we're going to get into today. Real quick, I want to thank everyone too. Everyone inside the Cookie Crush chat. We've had a phenomenal run over the last 2.5 months. I know last week we only live streamed once. I'm gonna try to at least get in 2 live streams this week. I'm working on the next segment for the documentary for members as well. And so people can look forward to that coming up here soon. Okay, I'll have an update for you guys soon enough once I get a better idea of when that next segment's going to premiere. I want to thank everyone so very much for tuning on in and being consistent. And the camaraderie in the Cookie Crush chat's undefeated, most definitely. Okay. All right. Now let me just say this one last thing before we get to the video. So today I happened to go on Umar's Instagram page and he was live streaming. Okay, and he was walking around inside these abandoned buildings. Okay, now when I wasn't listening to the audio, I just happened to look on there and I was waiting for after the live stream was over with. I was waiting so that I can download the video, but for whatever reason, that particular video did not archive on his Instagram page because I can tell he was having some glitches and internet connection and all that kind of stuff. So it didn't actually archive, but someone else, they were able to capture that live stream and they uploaded it onto YouTube. And I've taken that, I've downloaded that, and then I blurred out their and no disrespect, I did it because I don't know the person and I don't know what they're doing, and they may, if it shows up on my screen and you guys see their YouTube page and you go over to their YouTube page and there's some kind of crazy stuff, even if it's like in the future, I don't want to have my name associated with it. Okay, no disrespect, I blurred it out. And it's a segment of, it's not the whole thing, but it's a segment of Umar inside his abandoned buildings today, just a couple of hours ago. And then maybe an hour ago or so, hour and a half, Umar was up there again. And see, I think he realized that the first video did not archive. And see, the first video is important because that he's asking for cash. He's asking for PayPal. Again, his Cash App got shut down. That's why he's in really bad straits with the money. When the money dries up, Umar, he has to go back up there to beg for money. And it's not to open up a school. You guys will see when you go look at it. You'll look at it. Same thing. It reminds me of when he was, there's specific periods over the years where I can tell Umar is in this fiending state. He's just fiending. He's trying to get that stuff, so he needs the money. See? So in the first video, I'm sure he's asking for people to get on their PayPal because his Cash App got shut down, which was his main source of generating money coming in. So I'm sure that once he realized that it didn't archive, then it probably clicked in his mind, okay, wait a minute, then they're not going to donate because not enough people going to see it, because there was only like 200 and something people, 300 people inside of his, he's a struggle streamer. Umar is a struggle streamer. All right. I get more people already in the Cook Crush chat right now than he gets on his. And I don't even have a lot of subscribers on YouTube. Compared to what he gets on Instagram, and on Instagram he has over 1 million followers. He's the true struggle streamer. Okay, but he projects a lot too. That's why he calls other people struggle stream. But see, he's the one who's homeless since 2019. He's the one who's living inside his mama closet. He's the one that doesn't have his own vehicle, has rental cars. He's the one that's fiending right now because the money done dried up and he ain't got the money to go and get that stuff. So who's the true struggle streamer? And he only got 200, 300, maybe even trying to get close to 400 people inside of his live stream with 1 million followers. Okay, Umar is the ultimate struggle streamer, not just online, but in life. Okay. So that's why he had to do the second video, was because that first video didn't archive properly, and he has to have that second video up there, because I'm sure in that video, okay, I don't know for sure because I haven't watched the videos and I didn't listen to the first one. I just took some screenshots. But I'm sure he's asking for money in the second video, and the reason why is because that's the purpose of him getting online in the first place, is to ask for money, is to beg for money. Okay, all right. So this is I'm setting the foundation for what we're gonna get into here today. Thank y'all again for tuning on in. I appreciate it. Drea's in the building. I thank you so much, dear, for being here. The real king is in the building. Peak chat fams, this should be good. That bread still, yeah, it really is. And I told people in advance that this was exactly what's going to happen. This how it always goes. That's because ain't no Wi-Fi service in BANDOS. That's why the stream from outside. That's possible. That's probably, that may be why. But he was inside too, though. He was inside. We're gonna see. Okay. Yeah, he will. And you just hold up on the detective stuff. Just hold up on that. Okay. We're gonna see in a little while. D will know what the deal is. Okay. Thanks for tuning on in. I appreciate it. Vigilance is here. He needs more than $1 million to bring that school up to code. Yeah, there is a poll too, by the way. Before we get in the video for today, the poll question is, how much money does Umar need to finish renovations? And we're not talking about operations, okay, because that's going to be millions of dollars a year. Just to finish with renovations, even though Umar stated that renovations were complete back in 2023, I believe it was October, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was October 2023, I can pull it up. He said the renovations were complete, but here we are now in 2025, April of 2025, and obviously renovations are not complete. That's because he's a pathological liar. He did that back then because he needed money. Okay? And he looked like he was fiending then too when he made that announcement. Don't make me pull it up. See, he makes an announcement because he needs to get money. And if he says renovations are complete, get on your Cash App. Get back then, he had Cash App. They got shut down because of fraud, just like the GoFundMe got shut down because of fraud, just like PayPal got shut down one time because of fraud. See? But that's why he did that, because he was in dire straits, and he knew that if he keeps going on along with this renovations, less and less people are going to donate. But if he says renovations are complete, then the Umar Johnson followers, the cult followers, that's what they do. They get all excited, just like someone get excited with him doing walking through the buildings today, which he's been doing this shit now for 6 years. Okay, we can go back last year. He was doing the same shit. We can go the year before that, same shit. The year before that, same shit, all the way back to 2019. So ain't nothing changed. But the point is that the poll question is dealing specifically with renovations. How much money does Umar need to finish the renovation? We got 430 votes so far. The options that you have is $10,000, $100,000, $1 million, or more than $1 million. Make sure you get your vote in. Okay, and we're just specifically talking about the complete renovations on one side of the street. Okay, the other side of the street, that's a whole nother thing. My goodness. Okay, thanks, Vigilance. How's it going, Adriana? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Back to back Memphis. That's what it looked like. I ain't gonna lie. When he did that back-to-back Memphis, yeah. See, Umar, he's in 3 phases. Either he's a normal Umar, it's Umar when he's high, or Umar or faded. You can say faded, or Umar when he's fiending. He needs that stuff. He be having withdrawal symptoms. He be scratching and shit and sniffing all the time. Y'all better pay attention. I've been telling y'all. Thanks for being here. Ty Stewart said that Lord Jamar offered to help him using his contacts since Jamar's father-in-law opened the school, but Umar declined. Yeah, there's plenty of people that's offered help. I can come up with the list over the years, at least 20 people that I know of that offered Umar. There was a guy that was into tech, but he offered to help Umar with the video production part. There's people who, and I've seen them like in these chat rooms talking about, yeah, I can help you to get the windows fixed, or I can help you to get the flooring done, or I can help you to paint, all this kind of stuff. Brother Marion, rest in peace, he offered to do Umar a website many years ago. This was a long time ago. And Umar, he wouldn't take the help. See, now if rest in peace, if Brother Marion told him, hey, listen, I'll send you $10,000, Umar would have took that money though. See, it's not about opening, because this is the scam. It's nothing more than it's a long con, but it's a scam. See, there was a brother. I talked about this in the first documentary, and there was a brother who was gonna. He worked for a major company because I vetted him, and it's a major company. I thought it was out of Michigan, if memory serves me correctly, somewhere up in that area. And he had offered to bring a team down to get the HVAC work done and to get not the electricity, the HVAC and the plumbing done. And I apologize because I may have said in the past in some of these live streams, I may have said electricity. It wasn't electricity. It was plumbing and it was HVAC. And the company that he worked for would offer their employees an opportunity to go out and do like community service work, and this would qualify as that, and they would still get paid. But then the company would write that off as a tax write-off. Does this make sense? So it's like Habitat for Humanity, that type of thing. But in this case, this guy wanted to put together a team to come down to Wilmington, and they were going to knock that shit out. And he was going back and forth with Umar, but at a certain point, Umar, once it was time for him to get a specific date and time to come out to inspect, it wasn't to do the work yet, but to come out to inspect so he can see exactly what needs to be done, Umar stopped responding to him. Yeah, and I could tell that brother, he was hurt. He was hurt by it because he believed in it. Obviously, he's going to go through all of that to help Umar. There's so many other examples that I can come up with, at least 20 people that I've either I've talked to, or they've sent me messages or emails, or people that I've seen online that have posted comments, say, hey, listen, I can help you with this, I can help you with that. But if they offered him money, he would take that. See, because at the end of the day, that's what he wants. He wants the money. He doesn't want the help, not to move the project forward. Yeah, and the Lord Jamar, that whole video, that was a major, that was an expose on Umar, because that's one of his top 5 rants. And a lot of people realize just how emotionally unstable Umar is. And here is someone who was offering help to Umar, a legitimate help too. And Umar, he wouldn't accept it, and he gets belligerent and starts acting a damn fool. Okay, but that's Umar. That's how he is. That's his character. Okay, and he's still like that to this day. Thanks to Ty Stewart for the super chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, Kobe fan, you're absolutely right. Umar is his own worst enemy. Yeah, I hope she's doing better too. Yeah, she was really going through it. Yeah, that's what he said. He said, "I don't need no help." And here we are, all these years later. I think that Lord Jamar interview was in 2020, right, or 2021. We're in 2025. I should go look up and see when that was. Okay, let's get to the video for today. And I'm going to go into my. Let me see here. I'm going to go into my Umar Johnson years, and let me just look up Jamar. I thought that was in 2021. Oh, it was 2020. Yeah, it was towards the end of 2020. Yep. Wait a minute. Wait a minute now. No, that's the other video. Yeah, I think it was in 2020. This is the video where Umar responds, that I'm pulling up right now. He responds to Lord Jamar, what happened during that interview, because Umar, he really acted a fool. Okay, anyway, let's get going here. Thank you all again for tuning on in. Crystal's in the building. Delvon's in the building as well. Real quick, Big Blue says, LenonHonor, when you bring up FDMG being on the vacant property list, what does that mean specifically regarding what he can do with the buildings? Well, vacant properties, what that means is that they haven't passed inspections and they're vacant. In other words, there's nothing that is happening there, and nothing can happen there legitimately. Okay, if you have a commercial space, there's permits that you have to have. Everything has to pass code they call it license and inspections, L&I. And there's a whole process that you have to go through. They have to check everything. Okay, they have to check, make sure that the fire extinguisher, that there's a fire system in there, that there's an alarm system in there, that the HVAC is working, that the electric is working, that the plumbing is legit, that there's no mold issues inside the building, there's no foundation issues inside the building, there's no roof issues on the top of the building. The list goes on and on and on, but they have people that come out to inspect all of that. So the fact that the Umar Johnson, these buildings are still on the vacant property list, that just goes to show you that he's not even close. He's nowhere close to having renovations completed, even though he said renovation will complete in 2023. See, this to say that it would actually be illegal for Umar to have an event up there inside of the building. Now, someone could say, well, he had the block party. Yeah, but remember the block parties, that was through the city outside. See that? See? He went through the city to get that a license for all of that stuff. But in terms of having actual events inside, which he's been saying he's going to do for a long time now, over 6 years, and ain't shit happened yet, Umar can't do it. See? I mean, there's still tiles missing. There's exposed wires in there. It's a hazard. See, OSHA would have a problem with that. The city would have a problem with that. I mean, people can go to jail for that, for doing shit like that. See? Who knows what else is going on inside these abandoned buildings too. Anyway, it has to pass inspections. And to this day, after 6 years, it's still on the vacant property list. And there's still fees that are accumulating, and then interest that are accumulating on those fees because they're on the vacant property list. I can't remember how much it was, but KKC has all the information. Shout out to KKC. Yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you, Fairchild. Let me keep the run going. Yeah, I plan on it. I wasn't planning on live streaming today, but we had to get into this today. Okay. What's up, East B? Thank you for and shout out to Fairchild. I emailed you the other day. It's a real one. You're from Southern California, so you know what I'm talking about. What's up, Marky? I need my $10 back from 2014. Yeah, there's a lot of people including people inside the chat room that sent Umar money, and not one black child has been educated to date. That's crazy. It's 2025. Is there anyone, real quick, because I'll think about this, then we're gonna get into it. Is there anyone in this chat room who's been here long enough and you said to yourself, hey, wait a minute, there's no way that this is gonna go on to 2025? Because I didn't think this would be going on in 2025. Okay, I knew that he wasn't gonna open up a school. There was a time I thought he was never gonna acquire a school because he kept lying and saying he did, and he's about. This was going on for years, and finally he got these abandoned buildings. He proved me wrong in February. These abandoned buildings, and then here we are 6 years later. There's still no school. See, now you see, I give him credit. He did acquire these abandoned buildings with other people's money, and it took him from conception 2004 to 2019. It took him 15 years. Then he put some money down on these trap bandos, even though he never gave any conclusive proof of it and how much they cost. But after he purchased abandoned buildings, and then all the money he's raised since, he should be sitting on, I can't remember what the figure is. He should be sitting on at least $1.3 million that's just unaccounted for. See? But the idea that this would go on to 2025 is insane. And from the St. Paul's College days, that we're talking 11 years. In fact, it's 11 years today. Yeah, it's 11 years. It's 11 years this week. Yep, St. Paul's College. Yep, it's crazy. All right. Let's get going here, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning on in. I appreciate it. So here's the first video. And if we have time, we'll get to the second video. We should, because this first video is short. But then tomorrow, if we don't have time to get to the second video, we'll get to that one tomorrow. All right. So let me pull this one up. Here we go. Let me just make sure this is the right one. Okay. So this one right here, this was the first one. It wasn't archived on Instagram, but I have a version of it. And also, I redacted the person's YouTube page. No disrespect. I just got to make sure, because I don't know the person, and I don't know what their YouTube is about. And even if there's stuff on there now that is cool, who knows later on in the future? I can't chance it. There's been plenty of people that I promoted in the past. It just didn't turn out the right way. So I have to be very careful about that. What's up, Crystal? Thank you so much. Yeah, it's all insane. Yana says, my father drove from Phoenix to Las Vegas to see Umar. Oh, no. Tell your daddy to save his money. No, I'm just playing. I don't want to be speaking on your daddy like that. But, tell him to save that money. I guess that's what he wanted to do. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Ty, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, it's crazy. Southern Happiness is here as well. Yep. It's been going on for such a long time. All right, let's get going here. So here's the video. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio.
And Pan Africanism.
I'm sorry, hold on.
Peace and Pan African.
Okay, as we can see, let's take this step by step, shall we? As we can see, Umar is inside of these abandoned buildings, one of the abandoned buildings. And this is the hallway with the drinking fountain in it, because you can see that little to his right, at least it's on my right, to his right, the way I'm looking at it. It could be different on your guys' side. But if you look over there, you can see the black and the red, but that's where the drinking fountain is. One time recently, he was walking past there and he got shook. Okay, I'm serious. I think Umar be seeing things. He got shook walking past there. But what else can we observe just by the starting here? He only has 66 people to start. Okay, and I'm not. This is not me bragging, because I have a small YouTube page. It's a niche. And if I expanded content, I would have a whole lot more subscribers. But I've been focusing on Umar, so it is what it is. But I'm thankful. I'm thankful to Cook Chat too. let's look closely here. He has 66 people in the building. It's going to go up and it's going to fluctuate, but I think it gets up to like maybe 400, maybe 300 or something like that. He's struggle streaming. This is a struggle streamer. Okay. What else can we observe? Well, look, the ceiling tiles are still missing. Umar stated that the renovations were complete in 2023. Hit the one. Yeah. Yeah, it's still wrecked. The ceiling's still wrecked. Ain't nothing changed. He's on the yellow brick. What's up, Naeem? Come on now, I cut it out. he's on the yellow brick road. You know, he's trying to get to Oz. You know what I'm saying? Nice ceiling. Yeah. Miss Ivory. I know, but he said renovations were done back in 2023. He lied. He's a liar. He's a pathological liar. Okay. No, Ruben Rivera. No, Candyman wouldn't go in here. He was scared. He said, shit, no. He said, nah. He said, nah. Candyman, well, he said, oh, I ain't going down. I ain't going to that school. Candyman was shook. All right, anyway. Shout out to Ruben Rivera. All right, what else can we observe? Well, let's take a look here. Umar, if you look at his appearance, he's fiending right now. This is Umar in fiend mode. I've seen it before. I've seen it many times before, but I know when I see it right away. And I told people, I said, y'all give it a little time. I said, give it about 2 months, 2.5 months. Remember? And then it's really going to hit him this once because that CashApp got shut down. He's been living off that CashApp shit big time for what, the last 5.5, 6, 7 years, something like that, 8 years. I can go look inside my notes to find out when he first started that CashApp because I've already I have it in my timeline. So it has to have been 2018, 2017, somewhere around there. That got shut down, and I told people, I said, what's going to happen is that he's not going to feel it quite yet, but you give it you give it a month, give it 2 months, maybe a month and a half, 2 months and a half, then we're going to see Umar, and you're going to see him looking all, you're going like he's looking now, all the shelf, because he needs that money because he's fiending right now. Okay? I can tell right away. Okay. Beard looking mangy. Hair, you know, on top of his head. I've seen this so many times before. This is Umar when he's fiending right here. Okay. Blackfoot says, nah, Lenon, keep it real now. Umar literally was in pressure mode because GoFundMe was giving people their money back. People started to wake up. Yeah. So, and this is a good point too, Blackfoot, because if you guys look at the timeline, this is just a more recent occurrence of what have already taken place in the past. And when GoFundMe got shut down, that was huge. See, I can't, you know what? In terms of the amount of money that he was at, because he brought in like over $400,000, $403,000. I think it got up to $411,000 before they finally shut him down. But if people don't know the backstory to what Black Wolf was talking about, Umar's GoFundMe was up for a number of years. I think it was like 2.5 years or something like that. I have it in my timeline, but don't quote me on that. But it was up for a period of time. He ran it. It was more than 2.5 years, but he ran it up to about $400,000. It was over $400,000. Let's just say $400,000. And what ended up happening is because Umar, what he was telling people was that I'm looking for a school, I'm looking for a school, I'm looking for a school. And he was doing this for so many years that the people who were sending him money, they got distraught. Just like, and it just recycles, the same thing recycles over and over again. But we're talking specifically about GoFundMe. He had PayPal as well. He had his P.O. box. And he had a P.O. box inside of Philadelphia. That got shut down because of fraud through the state of Pennsylvania. They put a cease and desist on Umar's ass. And he had to stop using that P.O. box in Pennsylvania. And that's why he's only using the one inside of Delaware right now, Wilmington, Delaware. Okay. So the point is that back then he had PayPal, he had GoFundMe, he had his P.O. box, checks money, where he had kept people giving him cash when he would have speaking engagements, so forth and so on. But what ended up happening is because it was taking him so long to actually purchase a building, but it's all part of a scam anyway, because he wants to draw this out as long as possible. He wants to draw out the acquisition phase. There's 3 phases: acquisition, restoration, and renovation. And then the third phase is operations. Well, he spread that first phase out for 9 years. Okay. This next phase, we're now 6 years in. And the longer he can spread this out, the more money he can keep collecting. But see, in the historically speaking, when that GoFundMe got shut down, that was huge because that was the way that Umar was getting most of his money. It wasn't through PayPal, it wasn't through P.O. Box. See? So what ends up happening? That gets shut down. Umar, he goes into crisis mode then, but then he tries to set up a plum fund that gets shut down. And then Umar ultimately he sets up CashApp. He holds the CashApp and has been running the CashApp now for up until was it the end of last year or the beginning of this year? I can't remember, but that gets shut down. And then now here he is again in crisis mode. Okay, there was a time when his PayPal got shut down. He was telling people, "Don't send me no PayPal right now. Don't send me no PayPal right now." See? So the point is that, yeah, you're right about this, Black Wolf. I just forgot about it. That this isn't the first time. This is just another iteration of what has taken place in the past. Okay, we could probably be arguing, Black Wolf, whether or not his GoFundMe getting shut down was a bigger impact than his Cash App getting shut down. I will say this though, is that GoFundMe, because they have to protect their brand, at a certain point, people were complaining and they were putting in complaints with GoFundMe because of all the money that Umar had raised, over $400,000. And for years and years and years, he was saying he was going to acquire a building, but he didn't. They started issuing refunds. And that's when Umar, he freaked out and he had to get whatever he could. And he settled on these abandoned buildings in Wilmington, Delaware. And here we are 6 years later, and it ain't even close to being done. Okay? Yeah, thank you for that. I forgot about that, but you're absolutely right. All right, thanks for super chat as well. Black Wolf, appreciate you. DD Nevada says, show me love. Yeah, if y'all can show me some love by hitting that like button if you're enjoying the show so far. I ain't gonna keep you long. I promise. If y'all hit that like button, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, DD Nevada. I appreciate the super chat. Red October said, so he just painted over top of the black mold. Yeah, that's what he did. That's Umar. See? And the paint was fine. I mean, the color scheme was fine as is, but he had to give the illusion of progress. So this is what he comes up and he's painting all these different colors. In one rooms, it's like the green, the green screen green, whatever that's called, the chroma key green. I said, why are you these kids gonna be up in there? These poor kids. They're gonna be they're gonna be coming home doing like this and shit. Blah, blah, blah. What's wrong with you? I'm sorry. I should. That's wrong. Don't do them kids like that. They go ahead and chroma key green in here. These kids gonna be twisted. I said, wait, what's wrong with you, boy? Daddy, I was going daddy. What's wrong? Okay, yeah, they go, and they paying $500 a month. Anyway, but that's what Umar do. He just said we just gonna paint over the shit. Yeah, that's what Umar. He wild, boy. These poor kids. Thanks, Red October, for the super chat. Fairchild says, let's not forget about Marlon Mack. Yeah. That's another one. He did a whole rendering of the buildings and all this. I still have all of that. He did renderings for all that stuff. But see, when it comes down at the end of the day, Umar doesn't want that type of help. See, Umar knows there's two things, and I've said it, and I'm gonna say this briefly, but there's two things. Umar knows that if he deals with professionals and he deals with people who know what they're doing, there's going to be a level of accountability, and I'm talking specifically about financial. Okay, because people ain't gonna be going into business to get business done for Umar, and then Umar, well, I'm gonna have to get you next week. The ghetto shit. That's not being accountable. Okay, Umar, if you say you're gonna pay somebody this amount of money on Monday, then you need to pay them that amount of money on Monday. See, so there's gonna be that level of accountability. But the other thing is that if he accepted that type of work, then it's going to move the project forward. That's not what Umar wants. Fairchild, it's been over 6 years, and he's still walking around in these abandoned buildings. And see, I can go pull up a video from 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and Umar's talking the same shit that he's talking in this video. I didn't watch this video, but I guarantee it. He doesn't want this to move forward. See? He wants to have excuse after excuse to draw it out as long as possible so that people can continue to send him money. See, but the money ain't coming in like it used to. See, Umar, you should have learned your lesson anyway. See, I figured this out too, by the way. Then we're gonna keep going. Everything in Umar's life revolves around him being a deadbeat daddy. Follow me on this. All of the decisions that he's made in terms of his career that he threw away, it's the result of him being a deadbeat daddy. See? Umar scamming with this FDMG school scam is the result of Umar being a deadbeat daddy. Umar living inside the mama closet is a result of Umar being a deadbeat daddy. Everything revolves around this. See, I was like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean? No, I figured this shit out. Recently, I figured this shit out. Umar knew that if he kept working as a school psychologist, that wage garnishments for child support was going to continue to pile up. And he didn't want to pay the money because he's a greedy ass bum who don't want to take care of his kids. He don't want to take care of his responsibilities. Hit the one. Watch this. I figured this out recently. All of this revolves around Umar maintaining his status as a deadbeat daddy who does not want to pay child support because he's greedy. See? Look, Umar Johnson's and thanks Fairchild Republic for super chat. Umar Johnson's started his career as a school psychologist in the year 2000 at the age of 26. He did a one-year internship. He only worked as a school psychologist to some degree or some capacity, whether that's with the Philadelphia School District, that's here, see? Or it was at the CAPERA Charter School, okay, which was it was a charter school situation. And again, Umar, by the time he's 33, he's conducting private work for charter schools, and he was misrepresenting himself as a doctor. This is in 2007, but the CAPERA Charter School opened in 2004. At a certain point, Umar is employed by the CAPERA Charter School. And then by the time we get into about 2008, he's still working as a school psychologist. Okay. But then by the time we get to 2010, at the age of 36, Umar starts his sojourn through the Black conscious space, talking and speaking and traveling around the world. But what is the thing that we haven't looked at here? Well, if we go back to 2002, see, in 2002, that's when Umar was put on child support with the first baby mama. Ah, wait a minute. See, what was happening was Umar, he starts his career as a school psychologist in 2001. And once the first baby mama put him on child support in 2002, wage garnishment starts to take place. And Umar don't want to pay no money. He don't want to take care of his responsibility straight up off the bat. He does. And wait a minute, let me take that back, because the truth be told, he didn't actually start paying child support on that first. Wait, hold on 1 second. Let me pull up. And actually, I can't. Let me not show it to you because I don't want to, because I think I have their names on here. So let me look right here. Yeah, he was put on child support in 2002. That's right. I'm thinking about the other one. Okay. Yeah. So let me go back. Let me hold on. Let me get off this screen because I don't want to show their names. Yeah. Let me give you a condensed version though. It'd be easier for you guys to see. Okay. Check this one out. Okay. So again, he starts working. All this is in his employment in the yellow. See, but Umar, he doesn't want to have to pay child support. We got about 1,000 people, 1,050 people in the building. Thank y'all so much for tuning on in too. I ain't gonna keep y'all long. If y'all hit the like button, if you're enjoying the show, I'd appreciate it. We've been doing fantastic with the likes. I really appreciate it. It helps with get the algorithm. Last live stream we did at over 20,000 views. So like I said, good success undefeated. Umar, so he's put on child support on his first baby mama in 2002. So what ends up happening is that Umar, he has to pay child support, and then if he doesn't, then they're gonna start garnishing his wages. Okay, and I can pull up his child support docket. At a certain point, Umar realizes that if he keeps this up, the money that he's making as a school psychologist is going to a significant portion, or not even significant, but significant enough to him because he's greedy. It's going to be going towards child support. But then we get into 2010, 2011, Umar's second child is born. See, by 2010, what does Umar do? He's starting with the lecture scene stuff. He hasn't blown up yet, but he's already given up his career. See, he may try to make it seem like it was altruistic, like he's trying to do something for the black community. No, Umar is trying to put himself in a position wherein his income is not being reported to the IRS like it would be as he's working as a school psychologist, whether that is in the Philadelphia school district or in, in the charter school system. Does it make sense? Everything with Umar revolves around him being a deadbeat daddy who does not want to pay child support. See? So look at this is in 2010. Notice that in 2014, that's when Umar starts raising money for the St. Paul's College. But see, by this time, money's flowing in abundance. 2014, getting in 2015. See? But then he's put on child support by his second baby mama at this point. Again, the child was born years prior. But notice he's not put on child support until 2015. This is in the midst of him raising all this money for the St. Paul's College. So Umar at a certain point realizes, okay, I need to get that nonprofit status, because once I have the nonprofit status, I can just put on the documents that I'm not getting paid for any of this. The donations are coming in and the donations are for FDMG. So it makes perfect sense in Umar's mind, because now the money that he receives that he's been living off of is not being reported to the IRS as personal income, and therefore it's not subject to taxation. Except that Umar didn't get his tax exempt status until a little bit later in 2015. But then by 2017, it's revoked. And that's when Umar was put on child support by the third baby mama. See how all this plays itself out? See? And Umar doesn't talk about this third baby mama because he was 43 when he impregnated her, and she was in her early 20s. See this? Now, this is 2017. We get 2018. He's still collecting money. 2019, the child support continues to accumulate. He's getting bench warrants. He's getting called into court. He's getting, at this point, he's not really getting wage garnishment, but he has wage garnishments prior to this. The point is that then we finally get to 2019. Umar still doesn't have tax exempt status, but he scrambles at a certain point. He gets it. I think it's in 22, but he becomes effective in 2021. And so therefore, all of the money that he's been raising for most of these years for FDMG, it's not subject to taxation, and it's not being reported. And therefore, I'm talking about as personal income, and therefore it's not subject to wage garnishment. That's why Umar is doing what he's doing. See, I can say, no, there's no way that he can go on with this shit for this long. And since he's acquired his abandonment, it's been 6 years. Why would, and I talked about it in the past. I said, all he has to do, he needs to do this and do that and do that. But yeah, but if he did these things, now he's getting paid on paperwork, and then it's subject not only to taxation, but also subject to child support. See? So all the moves that Umar has been making, including the moves that he's been making, getting tax exempt status with FDMG, all the moves that he's made in terms of giving up his career, all the moves that he's made since that time, all the moves that he's making today, it really boils down to him being a deadbeat daddy. He don't want to pay child support. Damn, that's sad. What kind of man? This guy, he's raised $2.7 million. And ultimately, he just doesn't want to have to pay child support. That's what it comes down to. He's lazy too. That don't help. All right. Okay, let's get going here. Thank you all so much for being here. Gabriel says the grass at FMG is probably taller than Umar right now. No. I don't know if this video is going to show the outside or not, but at this point, I mean, it really is. The lawn care. I ain't gonna pull up the video, but the lawn care. That's the least of Umar's worries at this point. I know some of them trees are overgrown. I've seen them, but that's the least of his worries. I mean, he has so much stuff that needs to get done. He don't even have IT infrastructure in there. I don't even want to talk about it because it pisses me off every single time. There's so much stuff that needs to be, so much work that needs to be done. The last thing that's on his mind is getting the lawn taken care of. And we already know how you got that taken care of, but I ain't gonna pull it up because we need to keep going. All right, thanks God for super chat. Okay, real quick. Courtney says, donate. Family, the money's gone. It definitely is gone. It's definitely gone. That's why he's up there. I told people in advance this is exactly what's gonna take place. Thank you, Courtney, for the super chat. User 225 says, Umar Johnson voice, Lenon crushed my Pan African cookies 3 times. Well, we definitely put a dent into his money, into his scam, the scamology aspect of this. That's for sure. But that's his own doing, you know. That's his own doing. Ooh, he can't blame anybody else. There's no excuse. I mean, we're already 6 years into since he acquired these abandoned buildings with no opening date in sight. Even though he says it's going to open in September, that's crazy. There ain't no way. Thanks, user 55. And then Jay Brown says, "Here's $2 for your hamster overhead." Why do you say hamster though? What is that? What does a hamster got to do with it? A hamster got overhead? I don't think the hamsters don't have overhead, do they? All right. Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Jay Brown Jr. I appreciate you. All right. Okay, let's get going here. Let's go to back to the video. Okay, yeah, I got to reply to my wife real quick. Let me get back to this video here. Here we go. And thank you all again, everyone who sent it in super chats. I appreciate it. I do have Cash Apps and PayPal links listed below in the description of this video. Here we go.
And Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade, coming to you live and direct from the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy.
I mean, he starts begging. Look at him. See, this is Umar in withdrawal mode. Basically, DPG7 said, "I didn't donate, but I donated my time listening to his lies. He owed me an apology." But you see how Umar, he started off talking about get on your paper. I
Peace
told
and
y'all.
Pan Africanism. Peace and 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 Pan Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr.
Look at this. These kids gonna be coming in here and gonna come out here tweaking. It's just crazy. Sensory overload.
The Umar Ifatunde Oguntade.
Boy, that's crazy.
Coming to you live and direct from the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Hit your PayPal, paypal.
See, he has 395. I think it gets up a little bit over 400, but he has, we got 1,000 people, almost at 1,100 people inside on YouTube. And I think I have like 70 something subscribers. He has over 1 million followers on YouTube, on Instagram, but he barely getting to 400 people watching his lives. That's crazy.
.me/FDMG
The comment section in there is crazy too. It's wild.
Academy. We trying to get the school done. We got some floors to do, brothers and sisters.
Oh man, it's the same shit. He's been saying this for years.
A little bit of IT work.
Umar be watching these videos, boy. He be watching the shit out of these videos. It might be, Dr. Savy. Here we go. And he said a little bit. We were just talking about the IT last week, remember? I don't like talking about it. I have a degree in cybersecurity and computer technology, and we studied IT, you know, and so that's why I don't like talking about it, because it upsets me, because I know Umar, he has no clue. And the amount of work that's going to need to go and the amount of money that it's going to cost to get the IT infrastructure in place, there's no way. But you see, he's mentioned it now. We talked about this last week. See that? Umar be watching. How's it going? I'll be the Bernice. Umar be watching these videos. Yeah, he said. Yeah, he been watching. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going here. But Umar, he a trip. He be watching these videos. Look at him. Yeah, see, I already know. I can. Matter of fact, let me. I'm gonna give you. Let me give you guys. What was the good twin? Just as reference. I mean, there's so many examples that I can actually pull up. Matter of fact, I'll do this. Let me let this play. and then I'll go pull up a couple of other examples of Umar when he's in this fiending mode. He needs the money so he can go get that substance. That's what it comes down to. And I can tell right away. I've been following this guy long enough.
We're going to pop the boards back up top in the ceiling. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing to pop the boards back up once the IT work. And then we're going to get these floors done. We're going to get these.
What? So what? So now the excuse, I guess, the reason why there's boards missing in the ceiling, or the ceiling tiles are missing, is because IT work needs, and I can understand what he's trying to say, but there are tiles missing all over the place, Umar. Okay. Wires aren't going to need to be, on each tile. What are you talking about? And truth be told, most of it is going to be wireless access. There'll be internet access points that will be set up through Wi-Fi. There should be Ethernet connection, high cat connections for specific computers and servers, etc. But in terms of what Umar is talking about here, no, it's not as if the reason why these tiles are missing, and there's tiles missing in all kinds of places, including the bathroom. Umar, you're not going to need IT infrastructure inside the bathroom. Cut it out. Okay. Then we got to have these cat cables inside the ether. They could get in the bathroom. No, Umar, stop. somebody said, yeah, Umar got a struggle ceiling and what in the world? Hey, Amir, how you doing? Thanks for tuning on in. Real quick, let me get through these super chats so that we can stay on task here. Master Khalik says, I thought he had a hell of a STEM team. Listen, Master Khalik, I have a video from back in the day where someone asked Umar about IT. He didn't even know. He didn't even know what they were talking about. Yeah, he was in San Diego, in point of fact. It was a San Diego lecture he did at the World Beach Center. Yeah, the person would ask him, yeah, so, in terms of IT, Umar, you should have heard his response. When I heard that, I said, this guy don't know what he's doing at all. He has no clue whatsoever. Not even a smidgen. But part of it with Umar is that he's stuck in the past. He's very much antiquated. So when it comes to technology, he's so far behind. Technology is always evolving. It is. It's crazy. Umar, he's stuck in the past. If someone had Umar sit down today and just talked about IT, or talked about infrastructure, or talked about bandwidth, or talked about internet access points. Whatever the case may be, a three-factor authentication. He wouldn't know what they were talking about. He wouldn't even know what, if someone asked him, he would have no clue. See, you ask him what's a server, he said, well, that's a person that brings you the food. That's what Umar would say. Well, no, Umar, what's a data server? No, well, that's a robot that brings you the food from Star Trek. No, Umar, that's not what we're talking about here. See, he's so antiquated. See? But he's bringing it up now because we was on him about it last week. He watches these videos. See? Thanks, Matt Khalifa, for super chat. John the Professional says, I hope no more stories of illegitimate babies are revealed with Umar, especially if it's a black boy. That would be infuriating. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible that it's going to happen some time down the line. I wouldn't be. Here's the thing. Umar has 3 baby mamas, 3 children. He only claims 2. And he's been living a sexually promiscuous lifestyle for decades now with reckless abandon all over the world. It's highly probable that he has other kids out there. Okay. Now, do I know that he does? No. But I'm saying that it's highly probable. Am I saying that he does? No. But it's highly probable simply because of his sexually promiscuous lifestyle. Okay? And then having access to women all over the world. And if it happens, listen, I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. See, but it's really it's an unfortunate testimony, because Umar's seen by his followers as someone who is a black leader. Well, the first place we need leadership is in the black home. Amen. Umar hasn't done that, still doesn't do that 3 times already, at least. And it's possible that he got other babies up out here too that he ain't even dealing with. He ain't taking care of. Okay? I wouldn't be surprised at all. It's a doggone shame. And see, at the end of the day, Umar doesn't care, because you see what took place with his daughter, his oldest daughter. You see what took place with her. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about his kids. So I don't think Umar cares about anyone but himself. See? That's how he thinks that way. He's very greedy. He just wants to keep everything to himself. He feels entitled to narcissism. He feels that everyone should give him shit. Give me. I need. When's the last time you saw Umar give something the kindness of his out of his heart? Well, I'm doing these Black parent conferences. You're doing that so that you get money out of people. See? And he's doing more of them now because that CashApp got shut down. See? Yeah. But if it happens at some day, it's like that it will. But if it happens, I wouldn't be surprised. I'll report on it, but I wouldn't be surprised at all. He's been living like that for decades now, and he don't care. Thanks, Jonathan, for super chat. User 225 says, ask Umar Johnson if he knows what a client and server are. No, he doesn't. He don't know none of that stuff. You can't. I highly doubt Umar even knows how to do an update or how to install. I can't even say software because we don't say software these days. But you guys understand, install. You nowadays it's all online. It's all digital. But you see my point. I doubt he even knows how to do that. I highly doubt it. See, real quick, y'all remember he flipped the phone? He flipped the phone because he don't know how to do technology. He don't know what button to push when. He's hit that thing that flipped and all that filth showed on the thing. See? Yeah, he's antiquated. He's so antiquated. Yeah, he don't know what none of that stuff is. No clue. Thanks, user 225. If you ask Umar how much bandwidth he needs, he wouldn't be able to tell you. See? What kind of network do you need, Umar? You're gonna do VPN? What? Local area network? Huh? Wide area network? What are you talking about? he would have no clue whatsoever. He probably gonna look after he watches this video. He's gonna look it up. And next week he's gonna be talking about it. What? Thank you, 225. Reginald Green says, love the show. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I wasn't planning on live streaming today, but I wanted to get to this because I don't want us to fall behind. And I'm working on the next segment for the documentary for members. So I figured we get up here. Maybe even tomorrow. If we don't get to the second video, we'll come back to tomorrow. He also did a video where he does and I don't like covering those because the people be telling all their business, and it's so inappropriate for him to be doing in the first place. But he has a Black Parent teleconference. He did another one of those recently too. We may get to that. I don't think we will though, but it's a possibility. But thank you so much, Reginald. Thanks for the studio, and also thanks for the kind words. I appreciate that. Okay, it always warms my heart when people say, "Hey, I enjoyed the show. Hope to see you soon." Blah blah blah. Thank you so much, Reginald. Appreciate you. And then user 225 says, data server is the guy from Star Trek. Now, if you ask him about Star Trek, he'll start thirsting over Nichelle Nichols. She don't deserve that. She was fine though. Boy, she was fine. Boy, I tell you, the show, boy, I tell you. Anyway, we said we must stay focused. Okay. Yeah, Data. Data's one of my favorite characters. Real quick, Star Trek Next Generation. Captain Picard is probably my favorite. Worf is probably my second favorite character. I used to have a crush on Deanna Troi when I was in high school. Probably my favorite captain is Captain Picard, but I also like Cisco and Deep Space Nine. And his character arc, I think, is the most important character arc in all of Star Trek in the Star Trek universe. Anyway. Thank you, user 225. I can run my mouth when it comes to sci-fi. My son, he stayed home from school today, but earlier, a couple of hours ago, he started watching The Arrivals. It's a sci-fi, and that's one of my favorite sci-fi movies. He was watching. Says, this is a good one, son. Yeah, check this one out. Okay. Thanks, user 225. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get going here, everybody. Thanks again, everyone in Cook Fresh Chat. Undefeated. Real quick, let me go ahead and give a quick update on where we're at with the poll. We got 902 votes already. Thank you guys so much. Okay, I'm not going to keep you guys here much longer. How much money does Umar need to finish renovations? 3% say $10,000. 7% say $100,000. 15% say $1 million. 75% say more than $1 million. I'll give you guys my answer a little bit later on in the live stream. But if you haven't voted, go on and get your vote in. We got 906 votes so far. And let me check to see where we are with the likes. Okay, we got 1,100 people in the building. Okay, so far we're at 383 likes. Okay, look, our goal is always 500. So if you haven't hit that like button and you're enjoying the show, please go on and hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. Lenon, don't play. Yeah, I don't play about this. Yeah, I sure don't. Yeah, that's my go-to honeypot. That is Star Trek. Anytime I watch Star Wars too, but anytime if I need to just put something on, I'll put on, even if it's just background, I'll put on Star Trek. Okay. Okay, let's get going here, everybody. Thank you guys again. We got to get rolling. All right. Give me 1 second here. Here we go.
Floors done. We gonna get these floors done.
See, nothing's changed since the last time he was up in here about what 3-4 months ago.
And we gonna open up the school. We gotta.
Where's that at? This is he looks like he's taking the boards off of but he put on some chain, like some what do they call those? It's like a I don't know what they call that. It's like a fence over the outside of the wall. I can't remember what those are called. Anyway, but he put that on the outside. That's why he took the boards off. But you can see into the back. That's the back area.
Up the school. We got to cover these floors up with some blue tile to match the blue walls, brothers.
All blue. This is nuts.
And sisters.
See the missing tiles in the ceiling. He's talking about that. The reason why is because they have to do the IT. No, Umar. There's tiles missing all up through there, all over the place.
We're gonna cover the floors up with some blue tile to match the blue walls.
Look behind him. There's exposed wires all coming out the ceiling.
Walls, brothers and sisters.
Nuts.
We working.
See this? There wouldn't be any wiring coming up over here if it's cat cable. Okay, he's at 400 people in his live stream. Okay, we got 1,100.
We working. Institutions.
It always amazes me. He says we're working, but he's not working. You guys notice that? He always say we working, but he ain't never working. Yeah, I know. Yeah, people said that. Yeah, people, they're going in on him. And I had a little question on how they do back there. They going in him. Umar, I'm doing some emergency IT communications maintenance plus flexing his phone to yeah, he plugging his phone. That's an IT. He said, "We trying to get this IT set up, family. Trying to get my phone, trying to get my phone going in this classroom." That's wild. Thanks, Abu, for super chat. Yeah, I'm doing some emergency IT communications, family maintenance right now. That sounded about right with Umar. But the only reason why he up in here, I'm is because he's fiending. Look at him. See, this is fiending Umar right here. This guy, he fiending. All right, thank you. Thanks, Amabu. Yeah, this video's from today. Yeah, maybe about 5 hours ago, but it didn't archive properly on his Instagram page. And then he did another one. Hopefully, we have time to get to that one too. All right, thanks again, Hamabu.
We need them institutions, brothers and sisters. Grand opening volunteer team.
What?
There will be a FDMG grand opening festival volunteer
Look at that ceiling. They ain't got nothing to do with no IT, Umar. Cut it out.
team.
Paint all janky. Look at the paint on the bottom. It's just horrible.
Do you want to be a volunteer? If you're not a donor, you can't even come to the fest. So don't you even worry about it.
Oh, so only donors now can come to this fake festival. I wonder if you're going to give the date. Exposed wires hanging out behind. That's crazy.
Do you want to be a volunteer, brothers and sisters? You heard what I said, ladies. Date me in pairs. I'm not dating single women no more. It got to be two of you. I only date the queens in pairs now.
What? Isn't it supposed to be a school for black boys? How did he even start talking? Quick question. How did he start talking on that? Oh, just out the blue. Umar, he's not. Donors for 5 people. It's gonna be what's up? What's up, CM LaCour? Gonna be donors and 5 people at the. Yeah. He said volunteer, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's about that time. He's gonna start talking. He's gonna start talking cookie talk. Freaky frog. What's up, guys, little princess? Thanks for being here. All right, let's go. Here we go. Look at him though. He's really fiending right now. See this?
You gotta already have your co-wife. Don't waste my time. You gotta already have your co-wife. Don't waste my time.
What?
Oh yes. Oh yes. I can't wait till we cross the finish line. I can't wait till we cross the
He's been saying they're dancing around the finish line for about 2 years now.
finish line, brothers and sisters. Independent school, independent money.
Look at all these tiles. Look at all these tiles that's missing. They ain't got nothing to do.
It's the only way to do it.
With IT, Umar, cut it out. See, you're not going to be running cables all throughout the ceilings, like all throughout each. That's not how it works. It's usually centralized, and they have they have architects. They'll draw up the plan for all of the infrastructure to go, how it needs to go into place, including the wiring. But a lot of this would just be wireless access points. But Umar, he don't know what he's talking. Only reason why he said that earlier is because we brought it up last week. Okay. Yeah, he's homeless. Yeah, he is. And real talk, Umar's homeless too. That's another thing that plays into this. That kind of gets lost in the sauce a bit. Like when I tell people that he's going to start looking disheveled, it's not just because he's fiending, it's also because he's homeless. Yeah, he's homeless. Could he bathe properly at his mom, at his mama's house? Yeah, he probably could, but Umar, he doesn't live a life like that. He's not cleanly like that. So the homelessness, it plays a role in all of this too. Umar looking disheveled. I'm gonna pull up a couple of examples to show you guys what I mean by this. But I've studied Umar long enough to know where he's at, where his state of mind is right now. He's in desperation mode. He was just in crisis mode, but now he's in desperation mode because he needs money. The speaking engagements have dried up. You guys can go look onto his Instagram right now. Go look at what he has scheduled, and some of it has question marks next to it. I mean, it's run dry. He's scraping at the bottom of the barrel, as they say. The money's dried up. And he doesn't need money to do renovations because he hasn't done, nothing's changed since the last time he was actually up there painting. Nothing's changed. See, he's been traveling around the world. So what does he need the money for? Well, he needs the money because he has a substance abuse issue. And that's where he's at right now. He needs the money because he's starting to get that itch. See? And yeah, okay, as he starts to talk, obviously he's going to start talking freak off talk because that's Umar. He always does that. Yeah. Thanks, T. Jones. For being a member too. I appreciate you. And then user 225 says Umar loves Africa so much his school ceiling matches what a school in a bombed out war. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's that's too far. Come on. Now we're not gonna do that. All right. You guys ruthless. All right. Let's keep going here. This picture right here says it all. Beard all mangy, hair looking all disheveled. See, I told people this was gonna happen. Hold on, let me find something real quick. Let me go to. I can't remember what their podcast was called. Let me go find out real quick. Give me 1 second, everybody, because that way I can actually get see good twin, bad twin, Umar Johnson. We got 12 people in the building now. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, so this is an interview with good twin, bad twin. Yeah, good twin. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so let me see. This was, what was the date? Hold on 1 second. Okay, 2020. All right, let me go into my archive here to 2020. Let's see, 2020. And here it is right here. Okay. So this is an example, another example. When Umar, in fact, when he did the Kobe rant, that's the phase he was having some serious withdrawal issues. But here's a more timid example of it, but you all be able to see. Watch this.
Information does not replace psychosis. Black people are psychologically disturbed. You have to put us through.
Can you guys see already? You can even see it in his eyes.
A system of psychological restoration and rehabilitation, just like we was put through a system of psychological indoctrination and self-hatred. A process made the Negro. Not a classroom, but a process. It was school plus socialization. It was school plus dehumanization, not just schooling. You see that? So we have to be able to put ourselves through the same process. The problem is what? I can't force you to go through that, bro. You're a grown man. How can I come to you and say, listen, you're about to do this for 365 days to get your mind back. I have no control over your life. Children, we can control them because they're under our responsibility. So I believe in what Frederick Douglass said, and that is it's better to raise strong children than to repair broken men. So for me and what I've learned in all these years of being in the field of psychology and education, I'm more focused on the children than I am on the adults, because something about the brain is like a computer. You get you a laptop and that laptop get a virus in it. Even if you get that virus out, it never works the same.
What? What are you talking about? Listen, Malwarebytes. Listen, Malwarebytes Tunde. You stop the cap. It never works the same. Anyway, see what I told y'all. I forgot he said that. But let me get to the part though. I think it's right here. Wait, hold on. See, that's what he had that CashApp back then.
If you ain't helping.
Yeah, here we go right here. Watch this.
And start educating our young black boys. Support FDMG. I need to raise the funds to restore that school, Wilmington, Delaware. That's cash.me/$FDMG school. We have.
Dang, this is from January of 2020, y'all. This was crazy. We're in April of 2025.
A 4-building campus in Wilmington, Delaware that includes 2 schools. We purchased February of this year, but we now need to raise the funds to restore that school.
This is 2019. This is crazy. It must be towards the end of 2019 because I have it from January 1st, 2020.
Start educating our young black boys. Support FDMG, Black Power.
So
appreciate the update too, because a lot of times people say, well, what you doing? What you doing? And the sad part about it is, well, why you need to know that if you ain't helping? But I appreciate you even sharing that.
I would love to have these brothers come on and interview them after all these years. This is 2019.
No problem. No problem.
How's it going?
See this with his nose? This is withdrawal. See? All the sniffing and shit when he be rubbing on his nose, that's all withdrawal shit. And then he starts to fiend because he needs to get that thing. He needs to get it. That's what happened with the dope fiends. They can't function without it. They start tweaking. That's what they call it. They tweak too when they take it, but I'm talking about the withdrawals is even worse. So I tell y'all ever dealt with drug addicts, you realize when they be having the withdrawals, that's when they the worst. At least they be kind of happy when they high. I should say it that way. They be all right when they high, at least some of them, unless they get a hold of some bad stuff. Y'all can't get, you know what I'm saying? But anyway.
All is well. Glad to be back in Jackson. This is my 10-year anniversary.
See him scratching?
Counting from 2010, when I went international in the conscious movement. So to me, it's very surreal, very reflective. 10 years of doing this on the international level, 20 overall. And so now we're going into a new decade. And so I'm just excited. We got the school, so I'm very much looking forward to making a transition from consciousness raising through the lectures to institution building with the school. So it's a natural next step for me to start building instead of just spreading the information.
That's what's up. So in terms of ETA, estimated time, what do you think that looks like?
There is no ETA because I don't know how long it's going to take y'all to give me the money to fix the school up.
What do you think?
It's $1 million to restore the campus.
Okay.
And until the campus is restored, it would be irresponsible for me to give a date.
Okay. Right.
School got to be restored. The best part of this whole process is we have the school.
Right.
And we have a school that has enough space in it that not only would it serve as a learning institution, but it will also serve as a black community organizing headquarters. So once we're open, I anticipate that our lights will never go off. There's so much that we can do, will do, and can't wait to do. So the timeline is up to the people, but we have the school, we own it flat out, it is ours. So half of the victory is already there.
Let's say kudos.
We now just have to restore.
Say kudos. So no curriculum is happening at the school.
What do you mean no curriculum?
Because you can't, because physically.
Physically the building got to be restored. So the school is empty.
Right.
until we get it restored. We got to get the electric done, the HVAC done, the plumbing has to be redone. The school is in beautiful structural shape though. If you walk through it right now, you would say to yourself, well, how much does it need? Because everything
Well, this is such a liar.
is still intact. It was a modern charter school that closed down a couple years ago. Excellent shape. The
It wasn't a couple of years, Umar. Cut it out.
reason it needs the repairs is because it was vandalized the 4 years while it was closed. If it was not vandalized, it would be move-in ready. Literally, we would have moved in and just opened up class. But if that were the case, I probably would not have been able to afford it. The
See him scratching?
$750,000 we raised would not have been enough to purchase it. We still didn't have enough. They wanted well over $1 million, but I just stayed on them and stayed on them and stayed on them. And after 18 months, they finally decided to sell it to me. I couldn't believe it.
See him scratching?
So it was divine intervention that we even had
I'm such a pookie.
it because we still didn't have enough money for it.
Well, I'm glad that it's over.
Yes, yes.
You're well on to your phases.
Restoring it and then operations. Acquisition, restoration, operation.
Yeah.
What are some other goals once besides the school?
Well, in addition to the school, we're working on a Black Wall Street, West Africa project. I was given 50 acres of land in Ghana, and I want to replicate what we're doing in Wilmington, Delaware in West Africa. So I want to build an FDMG on the continent, an FDMG here, which is Delaware, and then we can have an exchange program and the children can go back and forth. So can the teachers do that? So everything I'm doing in America, I want to also do in Africa because it's Pan Africanist. We don't believe that you ignore your domestic struggle. I still have an obligation to my people here, but I also see the larger struggle, and that is doing what we need to do for ourselves permanently on the continent. Because anything
So you can really see it in his eyes. Yeah, this withdrawal.
you build here, they can take it. Once FDMG is up and running, I'm going to automatically have to start thinking about how long before I need to repatriate to the continent.
See? The point I want to get to is just this is Umar in that phase. Again, there's three phases of Umar. There's Umar when he's okay. There's Umar when he's high. And there's Umar when he's having withdrawal. This is Umar having withdrawals. And you guys listen to what he's saying. After it opened, I got to figure out how long before I move to Africa. Okay. And hadn't he already gotten the citizenship over in Ghana? Okay. Real quick, here's another example. I feel bad for him, but he don't listen. I told him what he needs to do.
From that oppression, radical transformation that Africans need right now. Future Black parent, but you don't have children right now, you need to be there because this is not about you or me, it's about our children. In African culture, the children belong to all of us. In our culture, the children in Texas confirmed going twice will not bring about liberation. So for fishing, it will be in Sanford. Rest in either address.
You know, the education.
In a lot of trouble
Bring back your slavery.
right now, so I'm gonna go ahead. All right, love. God bless you.
This is
Go to
another-
FDMG anyway. Cash.me/$.
Here's one more. There's no audio for this, but you see this? Actually, this is one with Umar high. This ain't the one where he fiending. Yeah, this is he high right here. See? I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh. I don't know what he has on. But anyway, this is Umar when he's high. Okay, so this is Umar when he's high. I was trying to find the one where he started laying on the ground, but I can't remember how I archived it. But he was on something and it hit him. And he's like, I feel so good. I gotta lay down. He started laying on the grass. He was down south somewhere. I can't remember where he was at, but he was down south somewhere. Y'all remember that hit the one. Boy, that he was tweaking so bad. All right. Let me see if I'm gonna keep looking for that video because that's an excellent. Yeah, it was crazy. Let me see if it comes up in my notes from my old notes. Let me just see real quick. No, I can't remember. But I can't remember if I knew what's. I thought he was in. He was down south somewhere. I just can't remember which one where it was. I'll keep. Was it Jack? He was in Jackson. Okay, let me go. What's up, Black? Let me go. Let me see if I can find it. I have it. I already know I have it, but I just can't. What's coming up is Rico Jackson. That's not what we want. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find it before we close out. Okay, but he was in Jackson, Mississippi. Okay. yeah, he was in a parking lot. He couldn't even make it to the car. Yeah, it was really bad. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find it. Okay, let's get back to the video. Here we go. But you guys see, I just want you guys to give the example of what I mean
because of
these different states. And this one right here is when he's fainting, he's having withdrawal, he's itching and scratching and shit. Sometimes a lot of times it's him. He starts sniffing and he starts doing like this with his nose. It's that what is called post nasal drip. Well, that's no different than what he's going through here. It's just that you don't hear the sniffing, but in terms of the reason why he's up there is because he's trying to get money today so that he can go and get what he needs. All right. It's sad, but it is what it is.
Independent school, independent money. Consciousness. Let's cross the finish line.
Yeah, I'm familiar with this one, Sammy. Someone pointed out. I didn't notice it the first time I saw it, but there's a video where he's outside of these abandoned buildings and somebody walks by and Umar looks up and he taps his nose. He does something like this. He goes something. He looks over and he goes, and that's to let the I won't say dope man, but that's to let the plug know that he wants that stuff. I have the video. I can find it. It take me a long time, but I can find that too. And he was fiending in that video. Yeah, he was fiending. In fact, when he was walking and they were recording him that one time for a school promo video, and there was these steps, and he looks over, he was fiending there too. And there was a little white rock over there, and he stops while they're still recording. He stops himself. He tells him to hold on, and he walks over. He starts fidgeting with it. He starts going like this with it. That's dope fiend behavior. That's the dope fiends do that type of shit. You know, they be looking in the carpet and shit, be trying to find shit. Umar does the same thing. Anyway, yeah, I remember that one. Someone pointed out. I didn't notice it, but then someone pointed out, and I went back and watched. I said, yeah, they're right about that. Okay, I'm gonna still try to find that video where Umar he was tweaking bad. I mean, there's a couple of videos where he tweaks like that, but that one was probably the worst one. Okay, let's get back to it anyway. So if you guys look here, this is the same. Umar's in that same type of state in this particular video. So if you guys look carefully, you can see it in his face. You can see it in his eyes too.
Independent school, independent money. It's the only way to do it. Independent school, independent money. Consciousness. Let's cross the finish line, brothers and sisters. Let's cross the finish line, brothers and sisters. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. 6 years of hell, but we almost there. Thank you to my donors. 6 years of hell. Yes, the water working, brothers and sisters. Everything's working at the Frederick Douglass. We got central.
Yeah, the internet ain't working. We know that. You ain't got no IT infrastructure. But you see, he was talking about the water was turned on, what, about 4 years ago. That's nothing new. See, but he wants to make it seem as if it's an accomplishment for some reason. Well, no, the reason why is because he wants to give the illusion of progress, but that's because he wants money. But that's nothing new. That's nothing new at all. Right?
Water working, brothers and sisters.
Yeah, that water pressure is struggling. He got a struggle. You got a struggle stream coming up to that. Let me just make sure. Did I get to all these? The anonymous Christian says, so Umar wants his wives interested in each other sexually, but talk down on his daughter for her sexual preference. Just another contradiction. Yeah. Umar's idea, though, when it comes to having two wives, a lot of it well, I ain't gonna see a lot of it, but part of it is it's a sexual debauchery. He wants to be able to deal with two women, menage a trois, Tunde. That's what he wants. He wants that type of shit popping off. Hey, so he's okay with as long as they getting freaky with him, he okay with it. Hey, that's Umar. He's such a weirdo. He's a weirdo anyway. He really is. See, but he'll disrespect his own daughter and he'll disrespect LGBTQ. Okay, and listen, whatever people feel about that's your business. But the point is that at the end of the day, when it comes to his sexual debauchery, he don't mind dealing with two women, and not only is he dealing with them sexually, but they're dealing with each other sexually. And sometimes all three of them doing their freak off stuff. Okay? That's Umar. You know, real talk though, it's crazy that Umar he claims to be a school psychologist, but he talks like that. You know, he claims to be a principal, but he talks like that. He claims that he wants to open up a school for children, for Black boys in particular, but he talks like this. It's really like freak off type of stuff. He's a weirdo, you know. But that's Umar. Thanks, Dominus Chris, for being a member. User 225 says, donos dry up. How long before he lashes out donors? So you're saying donations dry up. How long before he lashes out at his donors? I don't know. See, inevitably, he's going to have to blame someone, and it's not to blame them why the school isn't opening. He's going to have to blame people as to why he hasn't received enough money to open up a school. But truth be told, he's raised more than enough money to open up a school. It's just such a shit show all the way across the board. And none of this is new. None of what he's saying is new. It's just he regurgitates over and over and over again, and people forget. You know, I don't forget. I don't forget at all. You know, we'll have to wait and see. I don't know. I don't have an answer to this, but I tell you what, when it happens, yeah, we'll see. And then you can bring it up. You say, out there, I'd ask about that. Yeah, on April 21st. Yeah, it's going to happen at some point. Okay, thank you, user 225 for super chat. Regina says, Lenon, seeing your facial, I think you're saying facial expression sums up everything. Thanks for great content. Yeah. Umar, he brings that out in me. You know, Cook Chat brings out the comedic side too, the humor. That's one thing that I really appreciate. Because I remember when I first started doing these Umar videos, it was real bland. You know, I had a presentation, PowerPoint. It wasn't, you know, no smile, no laughs, no jokes, nothing like that. But Cook Chat, you guys put me on course to tapping into that, and that I appreciate it. You know, it's enriched my life. So thank you so much for the kind words, Regina. But Umar, he does. Some of the stuff he says is so crazy. I'll be like, what did he just say? This guy's nuts. Okay. Thank you for super chat. I appreciate it. And then user 225 says, does Umar Johnson have more dandruff or all right. That's too far. You take that. Amobu says FDMG is independent of all. This is the first independent institute that's independent of all children. Listen, here we are all these years later, and truth be told, when we talk about the Umar conceptualized the FDMG, we're talking 20 years. It's almost 21 years. He's never educated Black children. He's never sat in a school setting and educated Black children as a teacher, okay, or as a vice principal or as a principal. He hasn't done it. Okay? It's just all talk. I'm specifically talking about FDMG. Now, has he been a school psychologist? Yes. He claims to have been a vice principal. I haven't been able to find a record of that, but I give him the benefit of the doubt. Has he been a principal? I haven't found any record of that. He claims that he has, but I guarantee that if he had the role of vice principal, that it was for a very short period of time. I'm talking about a matter of months. Okay. No extended, employment as a principal or as a vice principal. There've been a public record of it online. There is none. I've looked. Okay, if anyone has it, please send it to me. I'll include it inside the documentary. The point being is that Umar, as it relates to FDMG, has not taught one Black child. He's raised millions of dollars at this point and hasn't taught one Black child. That's all. That's all anybody needs to know. He's independent from children. He's independent of students. Okay? But he's not independent of the money, though. He'll take that money, but he don't deliver on anything. That's a big problem with Umar. Thanks, Hamobu. Thanks, user 225. Thanks, Regina. Okay, let's get going here. I'm still trying to find another video. I may not be able to find it today, but if I don't find it today, I'll look overnight and see if I can find it. Yeah, see this guy? He needs this money. He gonna start yelling.
Years of hell, but we almost there. Thank you to my donors. 6 years of hell. Yes, the water working, brothers and sisters. Everything's working at the Frederick Douglass. We got central air. We got central air. The air is on right now, brothers and sisters.
No, I don't hear it. I don't know, Umar. Why would you have it on right there? You're the only person in there. I don't believe it.
Central air. Oh, yes.
I don't believe him at all.
Brothers and sisters. The time has come for my donors to get what they paid for. A fully functioning, operating, and open school. Oh, yes. Hit the PayPal. Hit the PayPal.
See, he needs money. See this?
Africans. I want to thank my continental Africans for donating. I want to thank my Australian Africans for donating. I want to thank my Africans in Asia and Europe for donating. My Canadian Africans, my South Pacific, my Caribbean Africans for helping us out. Oh, yes. Central and South American Africans for helping us out. This school was built by the African race, brothers and sisters. This school was built by the African race. I need a sister to come and give me a back massage every.
First of all, nothing has been built. These structures were there before Umar acquired these abandoned buildings. They were vacant for about 4.5 years before he acquired them. See, and then they were in business for what, 3.5 years, but then they were vacant for, I think, 2 years, something like that. And yeah, don't quote me. I gotta look at my timeline. But the point is that nothing has been built. You haven't built anything. You haven't done shit. The other thing is that you notice that it always devolves. And someone called it earlier that he's about to be a freaky frog. Okay, he'd be freak off time. He has to go here. You know, you would think that if someone is serious about opening up a school for black boys, that it wouldn't get to this point. And understand, when Umar says massages, it's sexual. It's not no regular massage. Okay, you guys understand what I'm saying? We're adults here. When Umar saying I need a massage is really, it's code for I want to have sex. Let's be real about it. Okay, we're adults. Whenever he says I need a massage, what he's saying is I need some cookie. Umar, why don't you just say that? You know what I'm saying? I know it's inappropriate anyway, but damn, just say it. I need a massage. I need a massage. No, I want to crush your cookie. That's all you need to say. But Umar got to use the code words. But the point is, he shouldn't be talking like this anyway. Inside, it's supposed to be a school for black boys. Someone called. They say he about to get nasty. Yep. Why is it? What's going on in the background? What in the world? What is all the trash? At least put the trash out, Umar. I didn't even see that. Hold on one second.
This out? Oh, yes. Central and South American Africans. I want to thank my continental Africans for donating. I want to thank my Australian Africans for donating. I want to thank my
He does this because he wants people to donate.
Africans in Asia and Europe for donating, my Canadian Africans, my South Pacific, my Caribbean Africans for helping us out.
Look at that door.
Oh, yes.
He still ain't fixed that door right there. Big old hole in it, talking about renovations were complete back in 2023. This
For helping us.
See that? There's a big hole in that door.
Oh, yes. Central and South America.
Damn, Umar, what's all the trash? At least go put the trash out before he ain't got no trash men. We talked about that last week.
Africans for helping us out. This school was built by.
Damn. Why does it have all this trash? Ain't nobody there but you, Umar. Umar be bringing his trash from his mama's house. Umar, don't be bringing your trash from your mama's house. Don't do that, man. Don't be putting your mama's house trash inside of the school. What kind of man get these abandoned buildings to put the mama trash in it? I don't make no sense. Why would you put the mama trash inside the school? That's crazy. Somebody said that Umar got his clothes. He got his clothes. Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. That's Umar's closet. Why you spell it like that? That's Umar's closet, closet trash. Oh man, let's call you crazy. That's Umar's closet. Closet. Oh my god. Somebody said those. You guys, Cookie Crush Chat's undefeated. Nobody said those trash bags are his mattress. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a storage unit. Barbie said it. Barbie said his clothes are in those bags. Oh no. It's some trash from Moyer. This was sitting in there for decades. All right. This is crazy. It's the IT and consumable. We got to get this IT work done. All right, let me get out of this chat. Who was the King Kong of garbage cans? Oscar the Grouch ass. That's why he's so mean, because he always got trash around him. Yeah. All right. It's moving day. Mama done kicked him out. Mama done kicked him out again. So who was it? Damn, mama. Nah, get your ass out. I'm tired of you yelling and screaming in the closet. Yeah, get your shit. He said, I'll put it in the bag, mama. Yeah, put him in a bag. Get your ass out. Who took his bag to FDMG? Damn. All right. This is crazy. Boy, this is wow. We got the FDMG landfill, family. This is winter clothes. He got to put him. That's why my wife got shit. I was telling my wife today, I said, you got so many clothes. I said, I can't keep track. Because I only have like, I'm kidding you not, my space in the closet for the clothes is about this big. My wife, she got clothes up on the top, clothes all stacked on the bottom. Then in the garage, she got all her other clothes for the different spring, summer, you know. That's great. I told her I can't do it. It's too much for my mind to be thinking about. Poor Umar. All right, at least really he should have cleaned this up, or at least not shown this, but he ain't got no sense. What's up, Miss Independent Byway? Says trash bags are from him on January to the outside. That's him picking up all the trash from outside. No, that better not be the case. That's filthy. See, we were talking about this last week. I can't remember who brought it up, but someone brought it up last week. I think it was what was the brother? Was it Pierre? Somebody brought it up last week about there's no dumpsters outside. And I was like, yeah, there should be. And see, now if we think about it, when Umar goes up there to pick up trash, where does he put the trash? You know what he probably do? He probably put it in his car, his rental car, and take it to his mama house. I'm just playing. That poor mom. I feel so bad. I don't know. I don't know. Thanks, Miss Independent Byway, for the super chat. Okay, I got to get out this chat room because you guys got blowed off. What's up, Professor Bay? All right. Let me get. Okay, I just got to go down to the bottom just because I got to get out of the chat room. Otherwise, we're gonna be here for the next month. Did I get to everyone too? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's keep going here because I want to finish up. We're not gonna have time to get to the other video. We'll do the other video tomorrow. Okay. We'll it's him cleaning up. It ties to what we're talking about here today. Here we go. And I haven't been able to find that other video.
The African race, brothers and sisters. This school was built by the African race. I need a sister to come and give me a back massage every day at work, and I need a chef to come and bring me my food.
See, so now, quick question. When we talk about code, okay, what is the code here? See, back massage, that's sex. Remember, we talked about this years ago. Umar has a substance abuse addiction, he has a sex addiction, and he has a what? A food addiction. See what's going on here? So you would think that while he's walking through, he would be talking about curriculum and stuff. No. See? But really, he's up there for the money, and the money fulfills those three things. It fulfills the sex. Real talk. Okay, it's confirmed Umar was dealing with a sex worker over there in Ghana. Okay, I did a whole video for members. You guys, it was freak off type shit. Okay. To get the substance abuse, he needs the money. And to get the food, he needs the money. So you see, that's why the conversation it goes in this direction. You would think he would be talking about, yeah, we're going to be, since we're opening on in September, we're going to have teachers, and we're hiring teachers now, and we will blah, 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 and these are the positions, and this is when we're going to start school, and this is the hours of operation. He ain't even said hours of operation. I never ever heard him say hours of operation. It's crazy. But that's not what he's talking about. Good Chris. What's he talking about? Food, sex, okay, and money, getting money to get that stuff so he can go turn that heat down. See? It's all intertwined. I'm going to speculate here too. I think that over the decades, because Umar's been living a sexually promiscuous lifestyle, and he's dealt with so many women, that part of what they have brought to him and into his space was access to not only the cookies, but then also access to different substances. Not to say that he wasn't doing that before, because I have some pictures of him when he was in college. He looked smoked out then. Real talk. You go and look at the picture when he graduated from the military academy. It was ROTC. You go look at that picture, and you go look at him in college his senior year. He looked like a straight pookie. Okay? But it's interesting that as he's trying to get money for this school, for what? To get renovations complete? But like he said, renovations were complete in 2023. No, he's up there to get money so that he can fulfill these needs. And because he's trying to get the money so that he can go and get the substance that he needs to turn his heat down because he's having withdrawal symptoms. What comes to mind is, I need a back massage, which is sex, another one of his addictions, see? And of course, he has to talk about he needs someone to cook for him. Well, that's food, which is another one of his addictions. See, I talked about this years ago. Y'all remember I had a dry erase board where I broke all this down years and years ago. Yeah, ain't nothing changed. It's the same thing. Same thing. Yeah, I agree. I tell my kids even to this day. I tell them, I said, no drugs. So you ain't doing no drugs, are you? No. I said, well, okay. Yeah, got to talk to your kids. And if they get on in that, that's okay. Well, I still love you, but shit. I told you. Anyway, Umar, he has a lot of issues. He really does. And he thinks, he's not trying to solve any of these issues anyway, but he thinks that somehow, I'm going to tell you this is what I believe. I think Umar feels that if he can continue to give people the idea or the illusion that he's going to open up the school, then, and they're going to send him money and continue to send him money, then he doesn't feel as if he needs to make any changes. It's harder to get the money these days. Umar, you know what I'm talking about, because there was times you was bringing in crazy money. Not these days. See? But in Umar, he's been so used to getting money like this from black people, lying to them for the school scam, that in his own mind, as long as they keep sending money to him, he has no incentive to change. Okay. Here we go.
Chef Barbie at? Where my chefs at? To come and give me a back massage every day at work, and I need a
He said every day at work. Umar, you don't have a job. What are you talking about?
chef to come and bring me my food. Where's Chef Barbie at? Where my chefs at? I need a Monday chef, a Tuesday chef, a Wednesday chef, a Thursday chef, and a Friday chef. And when we have weekend events, I need a weekend chef, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes.
This guy, look at this. What the fuck? What's going on with this guy? Look at his eyes. See, I already know. This guy looking up at shit.
I need a Monday chef, a Tuesday chef, a Wednesday chef, a Thursday chef.
Yeah, thank you, Bree. He's 50. Listen, sports bet, if you don't stop with this IT shit, I'm trying to stop it. Yeah, y'all go hit the like button if y'all enjoy the show. We got 1,200 people. My goodness. We're doing COVID numbers, ladies and gentlemen. I love y'all. Thank y'all so. He really is. And see, BB knew Umar before all of us. She knew Umar back when he was struggling up and trying to get speaking engagements and shit, trying to bum us the stage. Y'all remember? Y'all don't remember, but you know what I'm talking about. And baby, he was ridiculous then, wasn't he? See? And he ridiculous now. Here we go. I don't think he's talking to you, Boosie Barbie. He talking about Chef Barbie that came in. She had on that onesie. She had on that jumpsuit onesie, all tight. She had that weave all the way down to the floor. Y'all remember that? Umar said, I need all the chefs, all of them. Come on in there, make me some pork rinds. I need me some fried chicken and pork rinds, family. I need all of them. I need a cheesecake, a carrot cake, a hot fudge, chocolate chip, brownie fudge, hot cookie, hot fudge. So, and on Tuesday, I need stop. He said, I need all the chefs. He said, fuck it. I need all of them. He said, Umar, how many chefs do you need? All right. That's wild. But it sounds like Umar, I need all the chefs. Thanks for super chat, Bob. Hey, listen, beautiful Bernice, she know all the backstory. Umar, he been at this shit a lot longer than what most people think. There be some cat chitlins. Holy shit. No. I need some cat chitlins. I need some pig feet. I need some cornbread and some hot butter biscuits. And then on Wednesday, you know, Umar, he started going, all right, let's get going. Let's focus, family. That's what he do. He lies and lies and lies and just say, I need. All right. Umar, wow. Okay, look at him. This guy. All right, here we go.
Chef and a Friday chef. And when we have weekend events, I need a weekend chef, brothers and sisters.
A weekend chef.
Oh, yes.
This guy, look at him.
Oh, yes.
What in the world going on? What in the world is this guy doing? Something ain't right with this guy. Everything started turning red and shit. What in the satanic kind of what in the I need some hot. I stopped bringing the applesauce. Y'all clowning the shit out of me. I had to stop. That's bad. Cooker Chat was clowning me so bad. I stopped getting the applesauce. That ain't right. What's up, Kiara? Farby says AC is on because he is moving in now. Oh no! Oh no! AC is on because he's moving in now. That it's getting warmer. Just preparing his living quarters. Pleading for massages and chef. The Boogie Chronicles. No. I don't think he's moving in. I don't think he's moving in. I don't. I mean, he could. He could at this because it's getting warmer. I told people anyway. He's gonna be up there. He's gonna be up there more consistently as it warms up. This happens every single year with this guy. This happens every single year. But he's live streamed a couple of days ago in his mama's closet. But see, the thing is, he can't stay there forever because they got caseworkers that be coming to check on her, and he's not supposed to be there. See. So I don't know. Maybe that's why he's trying to get. But truth be told, there's nothing in there that's different than except all the trash bags. But other than that, there's no difference than when he went on his last hiatus. What was that, about 6 weeks ago? Maybe 7 weeks ago. And then we can go back to when he did the last paint day. It was a paint day. That was probably close to 2 months ago, right? Maybe longer than that. I can't even remember. Nothing's really changed. The other thing, Part B, is remember Umar initially what he was trying to do was turn the small gym, one of those rooms in there, to be his space. He wanted to live in there. That's why he was trying to get, because he was focusing on that small gym mainly back then. But see, what's happened is that small gym has turned into his own personal stores. There's shit all over the place in there. See? And then the HVAC over there doesn't work. So when it gets too cold, he can't be up in there. And then once it warms up, he can't be in there either. See, I kid you not. Some of you guys remember this, but to show you how serious Umar was about moving into, and I'm sure that Umar stayed, overnight in these buildings at some point. I'm not saying for an extended period of time, but I'm saying, a couple of nights here, a couple of nights there, a week here, a week there. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. Okay. I wouldn't put it past him because he's been homeless since 2019. But you guys remember with the small gym, he hasn't shown it in years now, but that was his big thing that he would talk about the most, was that small gym. And he went so far as to put carpet down, to paint in this one room, and then he put in these wall-mounted air conditioning units. They're not even air conditioning units, it's just these like blowers. I guess you could say a little small air, the kind you can get at Home Depot, them kind. Shit, you can get those at Walmart, to be honest with you. And he had those installed. And I think he had 2 of them installed, maybe 1, I can't remember. But see, that goes to show you what Umar was attempting to do. He was trying to get that spot cozy enough for him to be able to stay in there, but it didn't work out because it gets really cold out. I mean, on the East Coast anyway, it gets cold. You go up there at Wilmington, Philadelphia, New York, it's crazy. It's real cold. Okay, snowing and all this stuff. And inside that small gym with no HVAC, no heating system, and then you also have all types of issues, with in terms of doors not having seal and all that kind of stuff. And so wind's just coming straight in. It turns into an ice box. That's how those things work. It just turns into an ice box. So Umar couldn't stay there, but he tried his best to make it as cozy as possible. But over the years, he's completely abandoned that particular project. He doesn't even go in there anymore. See, I can't remember the last time he actually went inside the small gym and showed. It's been a couple of years, and then he hasn't shown the larger gym in about 5.5 years now, close to 5.5 years, maybe a little less than that. Okay, Umar's tried. He's tried. At this point, though, I don't know. Is it possible that he? Because again, Umar does not have speaking engagements lined up consistently. Therefore, he doesn't have a hotel and motel room to stay in because they would provide that for him. Furthermore, Umar done ran through all the money. That's why he's up there looking like a pookie right now with withdrawal, looking like he's withdrawal symptoms and shit. That's why he's up there to get the money. He doesn't have the money. All of the money is gone. So that's why he's up there giving the illusion of progress. He's begging to get people to get on their PayPal. And the money doesn't run dry. So he can't go. He doesn't have the money to afford to be able to go and stay inside of a hotel or motel room outside of when he has speaking engagements and they pay for it. You guys understand what I'm saying? So he has to go back up here, and who knows? It may be possible that at this point he's in such a dire straits that he's going to be living inside these abandoned buildings. It's possible, okay? And I wouldn't put it past him that he hasn't done it in the past. I'm pretty sure he's done it in the past. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Did my wife text me back? Hold on 1 second. She's ordering stuff. Okay. Thanks, Parby. I didn't mean to go off. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's get going here. We're at 2 hours. Yeah, let's start. Let's get to this. I really was trying to have a 2-hour show. We'll come back tomorrow to cover the other video. I wasn't planning on live stream today. But let's keep going here. Thank you all again. I could not find that video. I'm gonna keep looking. Here we go.
And a Friday chef. And when we have weekend events, I need a weekend chef, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This is the main office. This is where the secretary is going to be at.
Yeah, that's sex.
This is the main office.
Man, what is this? Is this the bathroom? No, this is the entrance. Why did he paint it all red? This is nuts.
Oh, yes.
This is crazy.
This is the main office. This is where the secretary is going to be at. This is the main office. We got me sisters with secretary skills. Where them secretary queens at? Lord have mercy. Where them secretary
See, here we go.
queens at?
See, he only got 368 people in his live streams. We got 1,200. Umar, you're a struggle streamer.
Who gonna decorate my office? I need some queens to decorate my office.
One time he said he needs them to decorate his office because he wants a sexy office. I kid you not.
I need a nice soft couch. When I do my life coaching sessions, a nice soft couch. Y'all better find somewhere to live near FDMG, because once we open up, I'm the #1 scholar, and this will be the #1 center.
Yeah, maybe he is trying to find a place to stay. Because he projects a lot. He's saying you guys you see, and it doesn't make any sense for him to say that, but I think he's projected. Barbie, you may be right. We're gonna wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see on that.
Better find somewhere to live near FDMG, because once we open up, I'm the #1 scholar, and this will be the #1 center.
Damn, look at all that trash. This is crazy, Umar. Why are you doing this? Look at all that trash just lined up all the way down the hall.
#1 scholar, and this will be the #1 center. This is my office. This is Dr. Umar's office.
Look at this ceiling. Talking about we waiting on the IT. This is his office.
I need a couch. I need a tank for my, I'm getting me a snake.
It's a total shit show. He's 50. What kind of 50-year-old living in mama closet needs a snake? Why would a unemployed 50-year-old living in a mama closet, why would he need a snake? He's like a big old kid. You know what I'm saying? He's like a big old kid. I'm gonna give me a snake. I'm gonna give me a snake. I'm gonna get some lizards. I'm gonna give me a snake, some roly-polies. I'm gonna put them in a jar. Is this what we doing with the donors' money? What we doing with the donors' money is getting snakes? What kind of man is getting snakes at 50? Yeah, my family want a dog. I said, that's fine, but you know, what's going to happen is I'm going to be the one to have to take care of. I already know they do it to me every time, but they've been asking me for a dog. I'm gonna break it down and do it anyway, but I think I'm gonna wait till the summer so that they can be home. They can take care of it instead of me sitting around take care of this snaky ass dog. I'm end up taking care of it all the time anyway. Anyway, what in the world is he talking about? Someone says you're gonna have an FDMG pet shop or something. I don't know. And a baby alligator. What else? Snakes and snaketers. It really is, Derek. What kind of 50-year-old homeless man living in Baba closet talking about I'm gonna give me a snake? Where you gonna put the snake at, Umar? Anyway. Yeah, but you probably also got a job. You probably not 50. You know what I'm saying? Umar, it's just crazy. Yeah. Black and Obvious said, like attracts like. You go get a snake. Yeah, that's right. Take the snake. Umar gonna have a black conscious petting zoo. All right. Next over. All right, we got 1,200 people in, but thank y'all so much. Y'all hit the like button if you enjoyed the show. I don't even know where we had the likes. Did we get to 500 yet? Let me know. All right. Mamba Garvey. Boy, you wow. It's that Mamba Garvey. Yeah, RBG Mamba. All right. You got kangaroo. That's my cash app too right there, everybody. All right. It's a black snake. It's got to be a black snake, family. Where my African snakes at? Snakes on the school, snakes on planes, snakes on. Oh, we have 5. Okay, we already got to 500. Okay, let me get out this chat room. Cobra Kai Tuesday. All right, let me get out this chat room. Boy, y'all done took the show over the whole show. IT stands for I'm Tarzan. Umar's the black Tarzan. Okay. All right, let me get up out of here. What was I? I'm going to go find something. All right. Oh my goodness, boy, y'all crazy. The Cougars has undefeated. Okay, we did get to 500. Let's take a quick break. Let's do California. I was looking for this video. I'm not gonna be able to find it. He was high on something. He was laying down in the grass and down in Mississippi. But let's do Tupac. We'll take a little bit of break. I've been laughing so much. I need to take a break. All right, here we go.
Bells about a bell, collar for the dreaming. To the rust step of this bed, that nigga who's screaming. To the from money and alcohol, the fiend of the best five ball and jump, and so to the body, the rhythm die, to the college, to the champion. That's right. That's right. He's a low man. Like a slow jam. It's West Side, so you know that I'm bad down to no man. To the man, put it up on beat from Dre. To the root of the leg. From Oakland to West Side. The back down. Show me love.
No, he was. I wish I could find the video because he actually got down in the grass. He was in the grass. It was a parking lot right behind him. He was laying down in the grass. I can't even remember what year it was. I'm looking in 2022, but I don't see it. I'll go and look at 2023. I gotta find it for y'all. Even if I can't find it today, I'll find it tomorrow. Or try to, and that way I can play it for you guys. Okay, let's get back to we can divide this down. Here we go.
I'm getting me another snake. I'm gonna have a snake in here.
Another snake? What you mean? You got a snake at your mama closet?
Another snake. I'm gonna have a snake in here. My Ogun pot.
What?
I need a couch. I need a tank for my. I'm getting me a snake. I'm getting me another snake.
This guy has a snake. What in the world, Umar? Where are you? What you bet the snake at your mama closet? You got your mama taking care of the snake? That's wild. Oh, because you be traveling around the world. Who taking care of your snake, Umar? This is nuts. What kind of man got a snake and talk about he want to get another snake and he homeless, he unemployed and he's 50 and he live in a mama closet? That ain't right. He said another one. Yeah, so at least some of them do. Here we go. You got a snake in the rental. Where you got it? You got it in the trunk. Umar got a snake in the trunk. That ain't right. Umar, don't be driving that snake around in that trunk like that. That ain't right. They got rights. All right. He got snakes. All right. He said, I need all of them. I need all the snakes. Yeah, but he said he gonna get another one. Umar, you wild.
Number one center. This is my office. This is Dr. Umar's office. I need a couch. I need a tank for my. I'm getting me a snake. I'm getting me another snake. I'm going to have a snake in here. My Ogun pot. My Ogun pot. My desk.
What is an Ogun pot? What are you talking about? A pot for what are you cooking? You cooking snake meat? Look at this guy. He look like he be eating snakes and shit. He putting sauce on them and rice. He put salsa and salt. He put Funyuns on top. He put Funyuns on top of it. Hot Cheetos on the side. Who are you? Yeah, he be trying to make it. He put the soy sauce on it because he trying to make it like the chow mein. You know what I'm saying? He put the snake in the rice. He have a vegan snake burrito. Snake on a stick. He be boiling it in a pot. That's sad. Don't be boiling snakes in a pot inside of FDMG because you ain't gonna do that in your mama closet. Boy, this chat room is crazy. I don't know. Umar up here making snake potions and shit. He making snake potions. That's not right. All right. Let me get out of here. Philly cheese. Umar Philly cheese snake. Zebra snake cake. Okay. Let me get up out of here. It was snake and eggs. Snake filled hot pockets. Okay. Yeah. He's the couches. He's moving in for sure. He's trying to get a sack. He's I'm gonna get a bunk bed. All right, let me get back to it. We need to finish up. Here we go. Umar, you wow.
This is my office, ladies. This is my office. Do not get fresh with the prince.
See that? See?
Consciousness over the cookies. Politics over the punani.
See, that's him. Ain't nobody thinking about that but him. Freak off Tune Day.
Revolution over romance. Institutions over. This is going to be my conference room.
Look at his chat room says snake, huh?
This is my conference room.
Look at these exposed wires. That's something I don't get. That's crazy. I wouldn't even be walking in there.
I'm in my office. So if you need to have a private conference.
See, a private conference in his office. That's freak off talk. You see this?
If you need to have a private conference. Oh, yes. Yes, brothers and sisters. Ah!
What the hell what in the world is going on with this guy? He's just screaming?
Yes, brothers and sisters. Ah! Yes, brothers and sisters.
Ooh. Oh, you found the video? Okay, let me go get it. Thank you so much, Black and Mom. Thanks for Super Chat too. Let me go get that. That way I can take a break from this because this guy, he up here, I don't get it. He's screaming and acting a doggone clown show. Yep, this is the video. Shout out to Black Anonymous. This is from 2021. My goodness. Okay. This was Medgar Evers. All right, I'm sure I have this one. Let me see. Did he have a basketball? What does he have a basketball in there for? He ain't educated not one black child, but he got a basketball in there. Okay, hold on. Let me see this part. It ain't even coming up. It's not, at least that one's not coming up. I don't know why. 2021. Yeah, let me just check. I can download it. But let me look in 2021 folder. Oh, I'm sorry. That's 2001. Here's 2021. And then February. Here's February 29th. Yeah, I don't see it in here. I may have it in my other. No, I do have it. It's just I don't have it inside of this folder. So let me go ahead. I'll just download it real quick. We could watch it from the site, but let me just no, here it is right here. Yeah, no, here it is. Yeah, I see it because he has that shirt on. Okay, yeah. All right, let me pull this up real quick. And then we'll wind this down. I didn't mean this show to go on this long. But I plan on being back tomorrow. 2021. And here it is, because he has on that yellow shirt. Yeah, so this is the example I was talking about. And thanks to Black Anonymous too. I appreciate it. Again, Umar he's in different states. Sometimes he's playing. Sometimes he's in withdrawal, and then sometimes he's high. This is an example of him being high. Oh, thank you. And you gave me a timestamp too. Thank you so much, Black Anonymous. So let me skip through. We'll go to like right here.
Not maximum. We don't have a maximum. We only have a minimum. Must be able to seat minimum 50 African parents with tables and chairs, socially distanced. If you're not African, that's all right with me, brother. Just make sure when the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy opens up, you keep your eye from Africa ass as far away from our African campus. That's all, brother.
Damn.
I have no problem with your right to determine yourself. I would be a hypocrite if I didn't give you a right to identify as you choose. Even if you are a coon, even if you are a self-hating African and want to run away from the race, I respect your right to run away from the race if that's what you want to do, brother. But just remember, when we open up the doors on that Pan-African institution known as the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, you make sure you keep your eye from Africa as far away from our campus as possible, brother. That's all I ask. I'm going to respect you. You're going to respect me. It's the Prince. I'm in Jackson. I'm feeling good. I should lay down on the ground. I feel so good. I want to lay down on the ground, brothers and sisters. I think I'm going to lay down on the ground one time. I just got to lay down one time. I'm just feeling good. Mother Nature, Orisha O'Neal, I'm just feeling good right now.
No, he got a hold of some bad stuff. That's what the problem is. Yeah, now this is tweaking. Okay, so there's withdrawal, but then there's tweaking. Okay, this is Umar tweaking right here. This is sad. Yeah, you remember this, Joshua? Yeah, he sure is. What's up, Jimmy Jamboree? Jimmy Jamboree. Yeah, I know you remember this. Sick grass 2 day. Yeah, Southern Baptist. Yeah, he tweaking. Let me go back. It's kind of sad too, but there's time. He's not always like this. I want to be clear about that. He's not always high like this, and he's not always tweaking. He's not always having withdrawal, but I can always tell at this point. I've studied this guy enough to know like which of the three stages Umar is in. It's sad. It really is. But again, this is his own doing. And he can't blame this on anyone else.
In Liberia, in Ghana, in Togo, in Benin, in Eritrea, in Somalia, in Malawi, in Ethiopia, in Kenya, in Congo, and all points in between. In the Africans of the South Pacific, all Africans are one family, brothers and sisters. Support historically black colleges and universities. Support historically black colleges and universities, brothers and sisters. This is the Prince of Pan-Africanism. I am currently accepting invitations for the Black Parent Boot Camp. I am currently accepting invitations for the Black Parent Advocate book release.
Yeah, you guys remember too, by the way, you remember the lady that came out and told the younger lady that Umar was talking about business before back shots, whatever the shit he was saying. Recently, she came out and was spilling the beans and how she met with Umar. And she said how Umar, he's different. Like the real Umar is very subdued, very quiet, very what is the word? Depressed. Very depressed. And I'm talking about as a baseline. That's how he is. Okay. People, we deal with depression. We can deal with anxiety that can lead to depression. We can deal with trauma that can lead to anxiety, and the list goes on and on and on. But Umar, his baseline is very much subdued and depressed. I mean, what he does is he has to flip into this mode. It's an alter ego. Okay, and that's where he becomes either King Kong conscious or Big Papa or whatever the shit he wants to do. Right, the most requested scholar, the Prince of Pan-Africanism. These are all very specific, and their mannerisms are different. The way that the vocalization is different. Umar, he'll flip into these modes, but I think part of it though too is that when he's high, he gets into certain modes too, and he gets louder. You know, he gets more aggressive. But in this case, I think he got a hold of something. He's loud. He's but whatever he got a hold of, I think it was having a bad effect on him, and that's why he had to go to the ground. How are you going to live stream out? And there's a parking lot like right next to him. And you going and ranting because he's in this moment he's manic, but that's being brought on, in my opinion, because of the substance, whatever he took. But then it's having a bad effect, and then he has to go down to the ground because it's gotten too much for him. So this is something over the years I've studied dealing with Umar, and I figured it out some time ago. But this is said that Umar he's always in these three stages at any given time. He's never in one for an extremely long period of time. He just moves throughout. It's like a spectrum, and he moves throughout. And then sometimes he'll flip into a particular character, which is more on this side of the spectrum. Another character is more on that side of the spectrum. But the baseline Umar is very subdued, quiet, introverted. He's even said it. He doesn't like to go outside. He likes to stay. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I tend to like to be by myself too. Okay, but I got all these kids, and I got to go to work, so I got to deal with people. But and of course, getting on here, I can run my mouth. But normally, I don't talk all that much. But with Umar, for him to be able to be these different characters, he has to switch into a whole nother mode that is totally foreign to him. But he's been doing this for such a long time that he does it automatically. But then sometimes he gets a hold of some of this stuff, and he be turning that heat down, and it'll mess him up, and he'll start getting manic like this, and then it overwhelms him. And in this case, he has to go and lay down on the ground. That's how much he was tweaking. Snakes forever, rabbits as pets. Snakes forever, rabbits as pets, never. Okay. Thanks, Amo. All right. And then Master Khalid says, our people are so lost that they'll follow a fool like Umar because we want to save her so bad. You have to save yourself. I totally agree with this. It's no one else's job. We talked about this last week too, that part of the issue is that there's a vacuum in the Black community, and there's a vacuum when it comes to strong Black male leadership in the home in the first place. And it does exist, okay, don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is that overwhelmingly, we have generations now that are in situations where broken homes are very much common. Okay? We have generations now where the child may not even live with the father, okay? Again, we have strong fathers out there too, but what I'm saying is that overwhelmingly what has happened is that a vacuum has been created. And that's why people like Umar, he's able to fill in the gap. At least he tries to, and he knows that. See, his main target demographic is what group of women, of Black women? It's the single mothers. That's the one that he targets the most, because they're the ones that are more likely looking for some type of guidance, and more specifically guidance for their son. So they're looking to Umar to be the person to provide that guidance. See, but he's not the one. See, he's a homeless bum, a vagabond bum from Philadelphia who stays in his mama closet when he can, doesn't have a job, doesn't have. I mean, really, if Umar didn't have PayPal now, okay, he already got the CashApp shut down. If he didn't have PayPal in the PO box, he would be living out on the street. He would be. Okay? It's sad. It's sad, and people looking for a savior. No, you're not going to find a savior online. You need to save yourself and put your faith in no man. That's real talk. Okay, it is sad. See, it'd be different, Khalid, if Umar had something to show or give to the people that was tangible after all this time. Outside of running his mouth, all he do is run his mouth. But what can people say? Something that is tangible. See, and if I ask Umar Johnson, you give me 10 things that Umar Johnson has done over the last 20 years that's tangible and real and impactful in the real world. Give me, outside of running his mouth, give me 10 things. They wouldn't be able to do it. See? It's sad. Yeah. Thank you for the super chat, Master Khalid. I appreciate it. Okay. I want to play just a little bit more of this video, and then we're gonna close this out.
Camp location has to seat minimum, not maximum. We don't have a maximum. We only have a minimum. Must be able to seat minimum 50 African parents with tables and chairs, socially distanced. If you're not African, that's all right with me, brother. Just make sure when the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy opens up, you keep your eye from Africa ass as far away from our African campus. That's all, brother. I have no problem with your right to determine yourself. I would be a hypocrite if I didn't give you a right to identify as you choose, even if you are a coon, even if you are a self.
He says, I give you the right. See how he's manic?
Latent African and want to run away from the race. I respect your right to run away from the race if that's what you want to do, brother. But just remember, when we open up the doors on that Pan-African institution known as the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, you make sure you keep your eye from Africa as far away from our campus as possible, brother. That's all I ask. I'm going to respect you. You're going to respect me. It's the Prince. I'm in Jackson. I'm feeling good.
See that?
I should lay down on the ground. I feel so good. I want to lay down on the ground, brothers and sisters. I think I'm
See, he got a hold of some bad stuff.
lay down on the ground one time. I just got to lay down one time. I'm just feeling good. Mother Nature, Orisha O'Neal, I'm just feeling
This is nuts.
good right now. I'm just feeling good in Jackson, Mississippi. Black History Month, 2021, 95 years. I'm just feeling good.
This is wintertime too. It's in February.
I'm on Mother Earth right now. I'm on Mother Earth right now. I'm on Mother Earth. I'm just taking it all in before I get back to cold Pennsylvania. I'm just taking it all in before I get back to cold Pennsylvania. Brothers and sisters,
See that? I told people he always used to go south for the winter.
that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing, brothers and sisters. I see we got some Africoons in the chat. But we're going to pray for y'all today. We're going to pray for all the sick Negroes in the chat. With all the problems we got, these Negroes have nothing better to do than to hurl insult and degradation at their own people. The greatest invention in the modern world was not the bomb. It was not the light. It was not the automobile or the airplane. It was not the internet or the cell phone. The greatest invention in modern times is the Negro. That's right, brothers and sisters. As I lay on the grounds of Jackson, Mississippi, Mega Ever City, you understand me? Fannie Lou Hamer State, Hiram Revels territory, Emmett Till's resting place, brothers and sisters. As I lay here in Jackson, Mississippi, I must confess to you that the greatest invention of all time is the Negro. I'm going to say it again. The greatest invention of all time is the Negro. I'm going to say it one more time, live from Jackson, Mississippi. The greatest invention of all time is the Negro, a living and breathing human organism who has been psychologically engineered to work against his own best interests without even being paid for it. I'm going to say it again. The greatest invention in modern time is the Negro. That's right, brothers and sisters. That's right, brothers and sisters.
He's so disrespectful towards black people.
A melanated Frankenstein, who has been psychologically re-engineered to work against his best interests without even being paid. It is the Prince of Pan Africanism, Oakland, California.
Yeah, Drew, he's been talking crazy this whole time.
Yeah, it's been too long. Oakland, California, I will see you on Saturday. Oakland, California, I will see you in 7 days. Oakland, California, I need a book signing location. Do we have a black bar shop in Oakland, California? Do we have a black restaurant in Oakland, California? Do we got a black natural?
Yeah, see, real quick, and we can continue, but the point is that he's still manic. It's just that his body couldn't take whatever his body was dealing with. He probably got a hold of, because that happens. They get a hold of some bad stuff and they still be high and still be manic like that, or they can get like that, but their body, they can't physically be standing up. I mean, it's sad. I mean, this guy, damn. Anyway, this is an example of Umar being high. I can pull other examples of him being high too. Yeah, well, I'll leave it at that. Let's finish up here. And we got to 600 likes too. Let's try to see if we can get to 700 before we close out. We still have 1,150 people in the building. Let me give you guys an update on the poll. I'll close this poll out in like 5 minutes and then we'll wind this down. The poll question is, how much money does Umar need to finish renovations? We have 1,364 votes. 4% say $10,000, that he needs $10,000. 8% say that he needs $100,000. 15% say that he needs $1 million. 74% said that he needs more than $1 million. Let me give you guys my assessment of how much money does Umar need to finish renovations. And we're specifically talking about half of the street, which is the small gym, what he calls a small gym in a small school. It's more than $1 million. It's got to be more than $1 million. There's issues with the foundation in the gym. Keep that in mind. Okay, there's mold remediation that needs to take place. Okay. There's drywall issues. There's IT infrastructure that needs to be put. It has to be more than $1 million. IT infrastructure that needs to be put in place. There's here's the thing. Do we consider furnishings part of renovations too? I don't know. If we include that, it's going to be way more than $1 million. No, let's stick with renovations, specifically being with the buildings themselves and the infrastructure. Well, that would be part of the I guess that would be part of the infrastructure too. I don't know. It would have to include, right? Because he said it's 3 phases. He says that the first phase is acquisition. The second phase is renovations, and then the third phase is operation. Well, operation means that it's time to start school, right? Well, in order to start school, you're going to have furnishings in there too. It's way over $1 million. Damn. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this would include employees. Because see, you know what this also shows, that Umar, he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't have a clear plan. Because operations means that everything is done. Students are enrolled. You have employees, excuse me, faculty and staff has been hired. Everything's ready to go. That's operations. Well, that means that prior to that, he has to hire the employees, to have faculty and staff. He has to get the children signed up. So that would have to be part of this phase, because he doesn't only have 3 phases. This guy, he don't know what he's doing. He don't have a plan. Like I said, there was someone who reached out to me, and this is an OG. I ain't gonna tell y'all who he is, but he had offered Umar to help him with a business plan, and Umar blocked him. See, a business plan would outline all of this step by step by step, not these 3 phases, because it's more involved than these 3 phases. Yeah, but operations is something totally separate. That's when it's go time. Everything's furnished, renovations are done, faculty and staff, students enrolled. That means that in the second phase, all this other stuff has to happen that Umar's not even talking about. It has to be over $1 million, way over $1 million. Okay. And then he's going to need millions of dollars to actually do the operations for a year. It's crazy. Okay. Let's finish this up. Thank you guys so much. Cookie Chat's undefeated as always. Here we go.
The time is, brothers and sisters. The time is now. Private conference. Oh, yes. Yes, brothers and sisters.
I'm going to go ahead and close this poll out. Thank you guys, everyone who voted. I appreciate it. Again, 74% say more than $1 million. 15% said $1 million. 8% said 100,000. 4% said 10,000. All right, here we go. Why does he scream like that? You got trash on for trash on for trash. He should have cleared that trash out before he live stream. I don't get it. Why does he do that?
Oh, yes. Yes, brothers and sisters.
I don't get it. It sounds like he's in pain. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It sounds like he's in pain. Maybe he bent over to pick the ball up. It doesn't look like he bent over too much.
Oh, yes. Yes, brothers and sisters.
Damn, what is going on? So this is the kind of shit make me feel bad for him, because he has something going on. You know, you get older, all kind of shit stop working. I remember back in the day, I could run up the stairs. Now I'll be taking my time going up the stairs. I like my son be skipping steps, jumping to the 3rd step, and I'm on my way. I'll be up there in a minute. Come on, Dad. I'm on my give me a minute. I'm on my way. I'll be on that rail. Just I take my time nowadays. I ain't playing no game. But so he got something going on with him, because he bent over to get that ball, and something.
And sisters.
Oh, poor Umar.
Yes.
Why does he have a basketball in there though?
Brothers and sisters.
We're almost done.
The time is now, brothers and sisters.
This guy, he bounced this ball like he got a flipper. He's just flipping at this. Listen, see, let me stop. Let's go.
The time is now.
He's slapping at the ball. That's not how you do it, Umar.
FDMG. FDMG.
This is some bullshit. In mind when he was beating on them drums. You remember he beating on them drums? Talking about FDMG coming?
FDMG. FDMG.
This guy is goofy. Look at his chat room. They in there like, what in the world? Let me go see if I can find the one where he was beating on the drum. He's like a big child. He ain't doing nothing, talking about how, we working. You ain't working. You up over here playing with a ball. Anyway, I'm trying to find this other one. Hold on one second. Is this it right here? I think this is it right here. No, I don't think that's it. Oh, I got it. Well, let me stop because then we're gonna get carried away again. Yeah, see, this one right here is well, I already gave you guys examples, so ain't no point. Yeah, I was looking for. Let me see if I can find it. I'll find it. Hold on one second.
FDMG. The time is now, brothers and sisters. The time is now. FDMG. 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 FDMG, brothers and sisters.
All this trash. Y'all breathing all heavy.
This is going to be the school library. This is the school library right here. School library.
This is nuts.
I need 2 wives. One for the Marcus Garvey School and one for the Frederick Douglass School. I'm only dating in pairs. Come with your co-wife or don't come at all. Come with your co-wife or don't come at all. 2 queens. I'm only dating you if you have your co-wife with you. We ain't doing no rainbow ganging. Y'all will not be rainbow ganging, okay? This is straight black love we talking about. No rainbow ganging. But I'm only dating you if you already have your co-wife. Y'all cannot be the same complexion.
That don't make no sense.
I'm not tripping.
Yeah, you are. He tweaking. We're almost done.
FDMG. Stop asking silly mixed race questions. What up, King? Good to see you, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Stop asking silly mixed race questions. Stop asking. If you mix race and you identify as African all day, every day, I ain't got no problems with you. I can only have 1 mixed race wife. I can't have 2 mixed race wives. They're going to call me a light-skinned supremacist. I can only have 1 mixed race wife. I can't have 2 mixed race wives or they're going to call me a light-skinned supremacist. I can have a mixed race wife and an albino wife because you could be albino and not be mixed race. I can have a mixed race wife and an albino wife because you could be albino and not be mixed race.
I don't know what to say. I have no clue what's going on with this guy. Well, he fiending. That's part of the problem. I think I found that video. It's 2020, 11/4. Let me just see if I can find it. If not, that's okay. We'll close out this live stream. What did it say? It says for 2020. Let me just see if I have it right here. I've played it before. See, 11/4. No, that's not it. I thought it was this one. Yeah, it's not coming up. Anyway, it just reminds me of how he was singing FDMG while he was inside the abandoned building. There was a drum over in the corner, and he went over to the drum and started beating on the drum, singing a song. Let me just see something real quick, because I thought it was this video. Yeah, hold on one second. I'm looking at it right. I think it was this one. Oh no. Yeah, this is it. Boy, this video crazy right here. So this is it's for the 2020 10/31. Yeah, let me just show you guys this and then we'll be done. What did I say? 10. I just forgot. What did I just say? Let's say 2021, right? Yeah, no, 2020. I'm tripping. Anyway, here we go. 2020. And then 10/31. That's what it was. 10/31. Yeah, here it is right here. This is the video I was referring to. And then we'll close this out.
You about to go? Oh shit, he going now.
See, the walls actually look better before he did all this crazy painting.
We are inside of the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey Elementary School.
Dang, this is from 2020. This is crazy. We're in 2025.
For a kid who don't like it, it will be a school for black boys. Okay? Now, y'all can listen to them or y'all can listen to us. The only people who know what's going on inside of this school are those of us who are here making the job work. You can come in. You know what I'm saying? In fact, Manny got a little word for the haters one time.
Oh man, brother Manny, rest in peace to this brother. He's passed away. Yeah, I almost skipped to. He passed away.
I want to say thank you. I just wanted to give y'all a little update.
Yeah,
we up in here and the lights is on. We up in here and the lights is
That's because we were clowning him for a long time about him not having the lights on. Hit the one. We almost done. So when Umar finally got some lights turned on, he was bragging about it like he had opened up the school or something.
on. You understand?
And his followers were so excited back then. They were so excited. Here we are all these years later, almost 5 years later, and still no school.
Understand me? See that? The lights is on, baby. The lights is on, baby. Let them talk. Let them talk. We working. Let them talk. We working. Let them talk. We working.
Umar funny.
Let them talk. We working, brother.
This did not age well.
Brothers and sisters, hit your Cash App, $ FDMG School.
See, that Cash App got shut down. Now all he can say is PayPal.
Hit your Cash App, $ FDMG School. Hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit your PayPal, paypal.me/ The lights is on in every classroom. What y'all talking
The exposed wire.
about? Oh yeah, and we just had a plumber come through today. You feel me?
You lying?
Just had a plumber come through today. He gonna volunteer. Our first volunteer. We've been here for over 1.5 years. Our first
Dang, now we're over 6 years.
volunteer finally showed up. He's a plumber, and he said, I want to volunteer and help y'all get the school ready. Brothers and sisters, it don't get no more realer than that.
Yeah, that's a good point, Sports Bet. Turns on lights. 5 years later, turned on faucet. Yep, that's what he did today. Mm-hmm.
This is going to be the Dr. Umar detention room. This is going to be the Dr. Umar detention room. When the kids don't know how to act, they're going to come to see Dr. Papa. You understand? They're going to come and see Dr. Papa. We not playing games with y'all. We not playing games with y'all. My eyes ain't blurry. We not playing games with y'all.
Why they got that in the detention room?
My eyes ain't blurry. We not playing games with y'all, brothers and sisters. Y'all got to donate.
Need that money.
Hey, brothers and sisters, the lights is on. Y'all got to donate. We not playing with y'all. We not playing no more. It's serious now. It's serious now, brothers and sisters. It's serious now. We not playing. We not playing.
Those some nice cats.
Somebody said, thank you, Umar. Y'all see that? See that? Let's do a little history. Let's do a little HESC. You got haters, right? You got haters.
He was mad at us in this video.
Okay, and then you have your donors. You understand?
Haters don't donate and donors don't hate.
Donors, right? You got haters and you got donors. And the only people we care about are the donors. We don't care about the haters. You understand me? And what we need y'all to do is get on your phone and do your cash.me/$FDMG school. That's what we need y'all to do, right? And then we need y'all to do your PayPal.
Oh, man.
PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. You understand?
This is from 2020.
See, right? And if you want to work at the school, you can send your resume to FDMG
What?
resumes.
He was collecting resumes
Right?
in 2010.
at gmail.com, right? And if you need to call me and leave a voicemail, you will call me at 844
Yeah, but you said you don't take me.
for Dr. Umar. Okay? Or you could text me at 215-989-9858. Right? And if you want to join the Loyal Donors Club, you go to drumarjohnson.com.
All this is to get money out of people.
Right? I can't wait till y'all children get in here and I start teaching them Garvey. I can't wait till our young men show up in here with their FDMG uniforms on, brothers and sisters. There goes Sister Tiff.
Hello, peace and black power. Hi.
Tiff is quiet, y'all. She's chilling right now. Sister Tiff is.
Why is she dressed like that, though? See, this right here, listen, I don't mean to be like that, but this it's weird. Hey. Listen, Umar don't like her. He never liked her, but she was donating money, so he dealt with her. You know, she was his most biggest defender, supporter. She told all kind of lies about me. All kind of crazy shit. I said, damn. But her sitting up there with the little bow in her hair and sitting on the desk. I mean, what kind of, I'm gonna leave it at that. Goodness gracious. I don't know, y'all. I just don't know.
Chilling right now. Sister Tiff is chilling right now. Keita.
Hey, black family.
Somebody said, what's that on your mask? Put a mask up. They can't read it. She says she can't breathe. Black Lives Matter. So, this is going to be our last walk of the
See, it actually looked better back then with the color scheme, but now it looks horrible, like a horror movie.
hallway. Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. King Kong Consciousness.
Extension cord going all down.
Prince of Pan Africanism.
And why is there an extension cord that go all the way down? I don't understand.
Prince of Pan Africanism. Y'all did this. The donors did this. This is y'all school. This ain't mine.
It's just that this brings back so many memories, and here we are. And this is from 2020. We're in 2025, and renovations still aren't complete. This is crazy.
This is not my school. This is y'all's. This is not my school. This is y'all.
See how nice this look? But now the color scheme is just all over the place. These are the signs up here that was talking about don't drink the water due to contamination. Yeah.
This is not my school. This is y'all's, brothers and sisters. We working. We working. We working, brothers and sisters. We working.
There you go.
We are working. Working. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. We not playing with y'all. FDMG is coming, baby. We coming. We coming.
He said, I mean, it's the same thing over and over again. We can go back real quick to this video and you'll see what I mean. It's the same
This
thing.
is my conference room in my office. So if you need to have a private
This video's from today.
conference, the time is now. FDMG, 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 brothers and sisters.
And trash all over the place. Trash for cash. All right. Thank you all so much for tuning on in. I hope you enjoyed the show. Did I close out the poll? Let me close this poll out. Final tally. The question is, how much money does Umar Johnson need to finish renovations? We have 1,443 votes. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. 4% said that he needs $10,000. 8% said he needs $100,000. 15% said he needs $1 million. 74% says he needs more than $1 million. I'm going to go with more than $1 million. I want to thank everyone who voted on that poll. I appreciate it. I'm going to close that out now just so that it's archived here. All right. And then in terms of the likes, the final tally for this evening or close to is 645. Okay, awesome. Our goal is always 500. We did more than that today. I want to thank the Cook question. Let me get to these super chats before we close out. Thank you guys again for tuning on in. Par B says AC is on because, okay, we got this one. Yeah. Well, did we get this? Yeah, I got this one earlier. Yeah. Thank you, Par B. User 225 says chocolate peanut butter fudge caramel snake. Chocolate peanut butter fudge caramel snakes. Okay, that's a new one. Thank you, user 225, and thanks Black Anonymous for sending me that. I appreciate it. Shout out to Black Anonymous, everybody. Thank Black Anonymous for sending me that video. I appreciate you. Hamobi says snakes forever, rabbits as pets never. Yeah, we got that one. Thank you. And Master Khalik says our people are. Yeah, we got that one too. Thank you so much, Master Khalik. User 225 says, can we edit this scream into Snow Bunny Love? Yeah, we could. It's weird. He got something going on. I'll think about it. Every once in a while, I'll do an updated Snow Bunny Love version, and if I can remember, I'll try to figure out a way to put that in. I'll put the cookies crushed in there already. Thank you, user 225. Parby also says water, AC, and lights. He's home and playing basketball, surrounded by all of his things, like his old apartment. Stop calling his things trash, Lenon. Yeah, that's really what it's turned into. It's almost as well. Umar is very childlike. It's almost as if, and I've said this in the past, but it becomes more apparent today. It's almost as if these abandoned buildings, they're like his playground. What I call it for older people is the kick it spot. Okay, because that's what we used to call it, as a kick it spot. People go and kick it, right? When we were teenagers, we go to the kick it spot. But Umar, he's a grown person. So I would call it a kick it spot, but really he's even though he's grown, he's not mature. So it's like a playground. You know, I mean, what's the point in having a basketball there? He hasn't had a basketball league for these boys up there. He's been up there for 6 years. He hasn't done a sports league, not one. He hasn't done a book bag drive, anything, a Christmas drive or a turkey drive for Thanksgiving. He hasn't done anything like that. So what does he have a basketball up there for? Well, Umar, he stores his things, you know, and he does it mainly inside of the smaller gym. But ultimately, these are it's like his playground, his own little personal playground. It's like a fort. You know, back in the day with his kids, we make our forts. Excuse me. That's why Umar says things like, yeah, when we open, I'm not gonna let you come. You can't come to the school. But really, it's like a little child saying, you can't come to my fort or a tent. You can't come into my tent, that type of thing. Well, that's Umar. You know, at this point, that's what these buildings represent to him. They're a way to get money out of people, but it's also like his own little personal playground. And he goes in there and he acts like a child. See? Yeah, that's what it comes down to. And it is a lot of trash, We're going to wait and see, though, Part B. I don't know whether or not, at least at this point, it'll become apparent a little bit later on, one way or the other. I don't know whether Umar is actually moving in there. Oh, God. I don't know that. I do know that there have been times where Umar, it's late. He ain't got nothing else to do. He can't go to his mama house for whatever reason. He don't have a speaking engagement where they provide him room and board. So he just stays overnight inside these trap bandos, or at least one of them. I'm sure he's done that many, many times over the years. Actually moving in though, yeah, we're going to wait and see. We're going to wait and see. We'll keep an eye on for it. Okay. Thanks, Par B, for the super chat. I appreciate it. And then Livy P says the children of the school was supposed to be for our adults now. You're absolutely right about that. I wouldn't let Umar sniff me, let alone work at his school. Yeah. Let's deal with the first part here first. Umar started raising money for the St. Paul's College in 2014. Okay. Well, that was 11 years ago. It's 11 years this month. Okay. So if the child was 10, when people were donating, their child's 21 now. If the child was 7, that child's 18. See? So yeah, Umar, because this has been going on so long, he's actually really he's disqualified the children of the very people that send him the vast majority of the money that he's received, because he was making crazy money back then, 2015, 16, 17, 18. But these children, they're grown now. A lot of them, they're grown, and the parents know. That's why you see every once in a while you see people who sent Umar donations. They say, "I want my money back," because in some moments they grown now. I even had I've seen people say things like, when you first started talking about this school in 2010, my child was, I don't know, 10 years old. Okay, we're in 2025, and they'll say something like, "Yeah, my child already graduated from college and they have a family now." Okay? And these people donated to Umar. It's what you call a long con, and Umar doesn't care. He doesn't care. See? Because at the end of the day, he knows that there are going to be people who are going to send him free money for nothing. And see, all of this surrounds, like I said at the beginning of this live stream, all this is really about Umar not wanting to pay child support. He doesn't want to support his children financially. So all the maneuvers that he's making, it's not just to keep the school scam going. It's not just to get the money so he can turn the heat down. It's not just to get the money so he can get food so he can eat. It's not just to crush the cookies. It's so that he's in a position where on paperwork, it shows that he does not have income coming in. That's a great part of what he's been doing. It's a strategy. He's not the only one. There's other men that's done this, wherein they don't want to work a job because they know that there's going to be wage garnishments and they don't want to have to give up on the money. So they just won't work a job. Well, in essence, on paper, that's what Umar's doing. See, he doesn't care about opening up a school. See, how can you take millions of dollars, $2.7 million by now, based upon my best estimate, but bare minimum $2 million, and he hasn't educated one child. See, and he just keeps going and going. Well, because he's not interested in educating children. He just wants the money. See, and a lot of the children who would have been of age to where they could have gone to this fake, fancy, funky school, they're grown adults now. Some of them got kids, and their kids is about to go to preschool. Okay? And then Libby P says, I wouldn't let Umar sniff me, let alone work at his school. Well, listen, I would recommend that the women out there to steer clear for different reasons. Again, he's lived a sexually promiscuous lifestyle for decades now. He's abusive. Okay. The other thing is he got that bumpity bump, and there's no way around that. He should not be engaging these women out here like that, like he's been doing, and running to them like he's been doing with the bumpity bump. And there's no way around that. But he don't care. So I don't think he cares about people. I think he cares about people as resources, like a narcissist, and he sees people as resources and nothing more. Okay, he doesn't care one way or the other for no kids, including his own, and he don't care about you black women either. That's for sure. Okay. All right, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. And then SJ Talks in Life says he almost had me snowed. What? My God, what are you talking about? What is that? What does that mean? Oh my God, I hope it's not. I don't know what that means. What does snowed mean? He had you snowed. Okay. Oh my God. Oh, the key word is almost. We'll leave it right there. Thank you so much, CJ Talks in Life. For the super chat. And then User225 says your kids probably know this reference. Imagine a 5 Nights at Freddy's horror game set in FDMG where Umar is lurking and you're trying to survive the night. Yeah, they know about that. It's a bear, right? Fred, 5 Days of Freddy or something like that. Yeah, I know what you talk. I kind of know what you talk about, but I'm sure that my children know. I thought it was a video game too, right? 5 Nights at, or is this a TV show? No, I thought this was a video game. Yeah, it's a bear. 5 Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, I've never played or anything. With my children, they know what this is. This like creepy, real creepy. It reminded me back in the day, we had Freddy Krueger and Jason. And there was also something that came out. It was called, this was later, but it was called The Crypt or something like that. Not Crypt, like a Crypt or Crypt Walker. It was the Crypt Keeper or something like that. And the thing used to pop up. Yeah, something like that. That was another one. But for black people, it was Candyman. That was the big one back in the day. Anyway, yeah, I'm familiar with that vaguely, but I'm sure my children, they know more about them, especially my youngest son. Thanks, user 225. It might as well. It looked like Thriller up there anyway. JD Walker says, dude really stole from the Drumline set. Did he? Yeah, Umar started playing on the drum. I have a video where Umar, he's walking through this abandoned building. It looks like it's a daycare or something like that. Or yeah, it looked like a daycare. And he don't say nothing. And then there's a drum set over in the corner, and he walks over and he starts banging on the bass drum. And he don't even say nothing. This is one of the weirdest videos. Thanks, JD Walker. Hamabu says, has anyone ever seen Umar in front of a computer? Was he going to read resumes on his phone? I personally haven't seen him in front of a computer. That's a good question, too. I haven't. He'd be on that phone, though. Yeah, I've never seen Umar, but he's had to have been in front of a computer in order to write papers for college and all that stuff, unless he was typing on a typewriter, because he's talking about getting a typewriter and all this stuff. But he's not computer savvy. He's not tech savvy either. He knows the bare minimum to be able to get online and beg for money. And that's what it comes down to with Umar. And that's a problem because we're in 2025. See, even if Umar got IT infrastructure, because he said it's just a little bit. No, it's a lot. Okay. It's going to take hours, many man hours, and tens of thousands of dollars. It has to be close to $100,000 bare minimum just to get even close. Okay. Again, there's no IT infrastructure in there whatsoever. Okay, they're going to have to start from the ground up. This also means that he's going to have to go into contract with the ISP, the internet service provider, in order to get the appropriate amount of bandwidth that he's going to need, which is going to be massive. But then he's going to have to get fiber optics installed, because I highly doubt that fiber optics is installed in these abandoned buildings. See, I highly doubt that. So this is all to say that at the end of the day, Umar, he has no clue. And deeper still, he's not tech savvy. That's a serious problem. See, because even if he got some IT infrastructure put in place, let's say this year, like now he's claiming because he watched the videos from last week and he's responding, does his way of responding. Umar, you ain't fooling nobody. By the time he actually opens up and becomes functional, a lot of that shit's going to be antiquated. At this rate, you figure 5 years down the line, man, I'm telling you, it's nuts. But he has no clue. He doesn't understand any of that stuff. He's like a dinosaur when it comes to technology. Okay, but he knows his phone well enough to live stream, and that's really, in terms of technology, that's good enough for him, because that's how he gets his money. See? Thanks, Mobile, for the super chat. Information. What's up? Information Man salute, says peace and respect, brother. Keep telling the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Shout out to Information Man, everybody. Information Man's in the building. Thank you for the super chat. I hope you enjoyed the show. And I'll tell you, man, this would be it before we close out. When we started the show, I was asking the question, did anyone think that this would go on this long? And I've been studying Umar, I should say, and research Umar for such a long time. And I did not think that we will be in 2025 and Umar still talking about opening up a school. You know, I remember when he acquired these abandoned buildings in 2019, I understood that this would extend the scam further. And my best guess, from, if memory serves me correct, it's been a while, in 2019, I said he can probably stretch this out for another 3, maybe 4 years. And I said that in 2019. Well, we're in 2025 now, 6 years later, and he's still going. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's important to tell the truth. You know, I've never lied on this guy dealing with Umar. Now, I've been wrong on a couple of things. I've gave examples of that in the past, and I always come back and I issue retractions, you know, but I've never lied on this guy. That's why it's important to tell the truth. See, because the truth shows what this really is. And what it is, it's a long con. And Umar's so used to it. And he's been living out this long con for over a decade now, to where it's just part of his everyday life. You know, he wakes up and he has this routine. He doesn't have creativity on that level to where he's doing different things each day. He has a particular routine that he runs, and particularly when it comes to this school scam, and he runs it and he just does it over and over and over again. Again, wintertime, you don't see him up there all that much because it's too cold. Once it starts warming up, like right now, you start to see him up there again. See? He runs the same routine over and over again. But I thought in my mind back in 2019 that Umar would have gotten maybe 3, maximum 4 more years out of this, and then he would have been done. But here we are 6 years later, and he's still running with it. And I'll continue to cover this and speak the truth, and I'll provide receipts to back it up. I don't got to twist things up. I don't got to lie about stuff. I don't have to paint any false narratives. See, Umar's lied about me. He's painted false. Tiff DeGriff painted false narratives about me. There's plenty of people that's done that type of shit too. See, that's not what I do. I approach this with integrity, and I provide the receipts. And if I say something, I can pull up the receipt to back it up. I don't have, and then if I speculate, I'll say, listen, I'm speculating here. See, but I don't operate like Umar has operated, and his followers operate, and other people too that have created all these false narratives and lies about me, my wife, and my kids for that matter. I'm not going to do that. We have to tell the truth, and the truth is what's most important. And so that's why I do what I do. I deal with Umar because when people realize what the truth is, then hopefully it'll save some people in terms of their pocketbook. Hopefully it'll save some of these women from giving up the draws. See? All right. Thanks, information man. Salute. And thank you for the super chat, sir. I appreciate you. And 2 more super chats and we'll be up out of here, everybody. Red October says, the feds need to look into how he's traveling like he is and how he supports himself with no so-called income. If they did, he'd be in jail, period. You're right. You're absolutely right about that. So you have to make a certain amount of money to be able to live your life, right? But if Umar is reporting to the IRS that he's not collecting, he's not paying himself through this nonprofit, then where's Umar making all this money to do all the things that he's doing, traveling all the world, eating good and dressing? You see, I have all these dashikis and shit. That shit's expensive. You guys realize that's just expensive. See? With the Nikes and all this, it's expensive. See? Like I said, my closet, literally, my clothes is about this much of the closet. I kid you guys, I'm not making it up. I'm not exaggerating at all. It's about this big. See? Because I've never been like that. I got to have all these clothes. I got to have all this. Plus, I got 5 kids. My money, when I make my money, it goes to them. Okay, it's their money. You see? But here's Umar. Okay, people can say, oh, well, you know, he don't have no kids, though. No, he has 3 children. See? He got child support to pay. He got massive student loan debt. He has tax liens. I highly doubt that he's resolved those at this point. See? This guy has all kinds. He's in financial ruin, but to him it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, debt collectors can't collect on a debt. Wage garnishments can't be put into place if he on paperwork is listed as basically being unemployed. So where is he getting all the money though? Then traveling and doing all this other shit. Not from speaking engagement, because you guys hear what he said. The speaking engagement said it's free. See? He does the speaking engagement so that they give him room and board. He'll make a little bit of money here and there, but not enough to sustain his lifestyle. Again, he liked to eat. He liked to shop, buy clothes and shit. He likes to turn the heat down. That's a huge problem. He liked to gamble. I can back up everything that I say with the receipt. Okay? He liked running through these women. Living out of hotels and motels, that's expensive. Rental cars, expensive. Where's he getting this money from? He don't have a job. He ain't worked a job since 2010. So where's he getting the money from? Well, he's getting the money from the donors who send him money for a school that he's supposed to open up a school that don't exist. See, that's what you call a scam. See? Yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all his day gonna come. See? If he stays with it and he continues, it's going to come at some point. You know, the books are going to be open, and I'm hoping that it becomes public record somehow, because then people really going to be look. They'll be like, wait a minute, shit, Lenon wasn't lying. This guy wasn't making up not one damn thing. He said it was 2.6, 2.7, but it was more than that if the books was open. See? That's what Umar fears. The three things Umar feared the most. Number one, that the books are opened up in terms of how much money he's collected. Okay. Number two, that he's exposed by other baby mamas that he's a deadbeat. Okay. And the third thing that he fears the most is getting a job. Because he's allergic to work. Okay. Thanks, Hank October. Thank you for the super chat. And the last one, thank you guys so much. User225 says the kids who outgrew FDMG dodged a bullet. Imagine if it opened and they wasted their youth at an unaccredited school and couldn't even go to college. Yeah, absolutely right. And their parents are paying $500 a month. Yeah. And they have to deal with Umar with his abusive ass. Yeah, they definitely did. They dodged the bullets. I'll propose that the people who donated, that wanted their children to go and who are upset that their children can't go and some of their kids are grown now, think of it as a blessing, because you don't want your kids around this guy. Always talking about sex and crushing cookies and hot fudge and pina colada, this and all sex talking. I need a massage and I need a sexy office. One time he said something about he want to paddle the women or some shit. If I could memory serve something like that, hit the one. I don't remember exactly. I said, what kind of P. Diddy freak off is this? See, everybody all across the board even the people who believed in Umar, you've dodged the bullet. A lot of these people didn't know. I've been trying to tell people, and I'm not here to try to be boastful, but I've been trying to tell people. See, and I don't got to lie to kick it. I can pull up the receipts, and I don't got to misrepresent shit. Okay, I don't got to clip this and clip this here and clip this. I'll let the shit play and let him tell the tale. We watched the whole video. Let him just let Umar tell the tale. See? And he telling himself every single time because he ain't nothing but a scammer and a squeezer. Okay. All right. These poor kids gonna have to go and get their GED when they graduate. They're gonna fake graduate from FDMG. Okay, thanks you to do super chat. Thanks everyone else for the super chats too. I appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna cover this video right here tomorrow. I don't think it's that long either. This is the one. It's actually longer than the one that we covered today. But we were talking about a whole bunch of other stuff, but this is one that he did a couple of hours ago. We'll cover this tomorrow.
Went inside, brothers and sisters, and somebody threw chicken wings and potato chips on the FDMG campus.
What? I don't know. I can't tell you nothing. Okay. I'm just trying to survive. Okay. I have no idea what in the world he talking about. What did they told him? He said he went inside the school. Someone that was chicken wings in the school. What in the world's going on up there? All right, KFC Tunde. If you don't stop Popeye's chicken, okay. So we'll cover that tomorrow. That'll be what we get into. Thank you all so much for tuning on in. Cook Quartet's undefeated. Thanks everyone who sent their super chats and if you send the cash up to PayPal, PayPal links listed in the description of this video. Thanks to the Miles for handling business too as well. Thanks if you sent the super chat or if you send the super stickers. Thank you guys so very much. And thanks everyone who tuned in for Cook Quartet. So tomorrow probably gonna be a crazy one because Umar talk about fried chicken wings. We'll see how that goes tomorrow. Here we go.
Oh my God. Fancy, huh?
Yeah, black community activist. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Well, good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
See your eyes shine, she's my snow bunny please. In the winter light, so she's my sweet love supreme. Touch to my nose, this love, but sky is so raw. Make you lose, stepping out of control.
It's raining tonight.
Snow bunny.
Moving on the floor.
Thank you, Barbie.
Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul
Use the
feel.
225. I'm sorry.
No, that's
Next to the law. With my snow bunny love. Been party by the night.
see your eyes shine, she's my snow bunny please. In the winter light, so she's my sweet love supreme. Touch to my nose, this love, but sky is so raw.
What's up, Bridget? How you doing?
Stepping out of control.
Sure. What's up, James?
Raining tonight.
Snow bunny.
Moving on the floor. Everything's alright. Got that
Yeah.
smooth soul feel.
Hey, Nurse Lecter.
Next to the law.
That's Mario.
My snow bunny love.
Read for him. What in the world?
See your eyes shine,
What's
she's
up,
my
Brother
snow
Naeem?
bunny, please. In the winter light, so she's my sweet love supreme. Touch to my nose, this love, but sky is so raw.
my God. I had ABC home for Umar. Oh, wow. This is I got put on in. Where's the spoon, sir? Good night. Thanks for tuning on in. Last call.
Crush. In the winter light, so she's my sweet
Crush.
touch my nose, this love has got it so raw. Make you lose, stepping out, from out of control.
It's me and you tonight.
So funny.
Moving on the car. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
No, that's
Dance till the light. With my slow running up. Then party back the night.
see her eyes shine, she's my slow running fiend.
Yeah, Cookers, that's
In the
undefeated.
winter light, so she's my sweet dust of green.
What's up, Jazzy?
Touch
Jazzy?
my nose,
Jazzy
this love
Jazz?
has got it so raw. Make you lose, stepping out, from out of control.
It's me and you tonight.
So funny.
Moving on the car. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
No, that's
Dance till the light. With my slow running up.
Oh, no. Oh, no. God. Boy, this chat room is something else. Shout out to Bridget. Someone said last week, they said, I think it was East B. They said, Umar, arch that back, honey, or something like that. I said, oh, no. He's backing that thing. He's just backing that thing up. He arching that back and backing that thing up. All right. Shout out to Bridget. Cookie Crush Chance Undefeated. Listen, I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right. Y'all take care. Peace.